A good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to the build-up show for the West Ham United versus Manchester United game, which has taken on ever-increasing importance given David Moyes resting the players, let's put it that way, resting a lot of the players ahead of the Liverpool game. Today in the show, if you're unfamiliar with the format, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking you through all the lineups, which should be ready in about 3 minutes. So we'll give you the lineups as they're announced, which is obviously an hour before kickoff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bet. And when I say a little bet, you're involved in this bet. Well, Gio's not here today, as you can probably tell. He's at the Girls Aloud reunion concert. He's been queuing for 3 hours to get the Dean's autograph. I think that's her name. Anyway, so yeah, good luck to him. So it's just us for now. Anyway, Gio's away, which means we're going to have a right little naughty bet, right? So we're going to think of something, I was going to say ridiculously unrealistic. We'll probably go for a West Ham win. We'll probably try and name a goal scorer or two. And then what we'll do is we'll put that all into the tumbler. And then on the other side of it, we will come out and we will... Oh, just something wrong with my sound, by the way, everybody. Let me just see what's going on with my sound here. I'll check it out for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and one of you merry folk is going to win something, hopefully, if that bet comes in. We're also going to take a look at some of your comments as well. So hopefully, sorry, let me just move that there. No, okay, sorry, my sound is fine. You had me scrambling then. You lot, thank you very much. I was just about to go into the depths of the menu and try and whilst trying to do the bet. It's not hard enough to do the video and the bet at the same time. I was probably going to have to try and do that and look through the settings. So as long as you can hear me, that is fantastic. We can do any jokes we want on here within reason, as long as they're legal. But the one thing you must never do is indicate that my camera or my audio isn't working, because that will just have me scrambling. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, we will have a proper bet. Look, there's an extra bit of pressure on this game. I noticed someone in the chat a minute ago said it's very nice to have an early game. It is, really, isn't it? I'm pleased to have the early game. It works one of two ways, though, doesn't it? Because West Ham can either ruin your weekend, whereas they can't really ruin the weekend if it's like the last game on a Sunday, or they can make your weekend. So let's hope that it's the former. He's got to win this game. I do think he has to. He came out so spiky in the review, not the review. His post-match press conference came out so spiky. And there was a sort of smugness about David. I'm talking about David Moyes here, obviously. And it was a case of, well, I've rested here and look where we are in the league. And basically, he was trying to justify his resting of the players and the team he put out. And I certainly think the lackluster display, he was trying to justify it by saying, well, basically, I'm doing this so as we can be victorious in the league. Look, he can only be smug if he then goes and wins the Man United game. So pressure is upon him here. But anyway, never mind about that. It's the second favourite time, I think, anyway, of this video. The favourite time is obviously the bet and the phrase that pays. However, I do have for you, my lovely fellow West Ham fans, the team for today. Oh, I say oh. I don't know why I said oh. It shouldn't really be a surprise. I think I said oh because I expected that he might. Stupid. I'm a fool, right? I expected that he may well rest Thomas Souček. But he hasn't done. I mean, he was dead on his feet, really, wasn't he? He played football like he didn't have any feet, quite frankly. Thomas Souček against Liverpool. Here's the team: Areola in goal. So I think we can probably say that Areola's got his first team place back. I think he has. Hey, I tell you what, he may have let in 5 goals, but there's nothing wrong with his wrist anymore, and that's the main thing, really, isn't it? Vladimir Coufal is at right back. Oh, I say that. There's a little twist. Konstantinos Mavropanos partners Kurt Zouma in central defence. Now this is going to be interesting because, I've got a little theory on this with Kurt Zouma on the left-hand side of a back two, which we suspect that might be the case. Emerson plays at left back. Edson Alvarez in defensive midfield. James Ward-Prowse, Thomas Souček doing something or other in the midfield area. Mohamed Kudus and Lucas Paquetá and Jared Bowen. There you go. There is the team. What do we think of that? Now, as ever, I've gone all bright. I am not good with technology. I am not good at all. I can see your jokes in the chat about me being no technician. I am terrible. I am absolutely terrible. Anyway, fortunately, I can talk the arse of a hind legs of a donkey and the arse off one as well. So we'll just have to stick with that. This is an interesting team. What we're going to do is we're going to run a poll. Charlie's going to be running a poll in the background, and Charlie's going to be asking you some questions. Do you feel betrayed by the lineup? Probably something like that. Are you excited by the lineup? Are you happy? Are you incredibly disappointed by it? Do you feel it's a lineup that you'll never get over? Is it the sort of lineup that's going to sustain you through Christmas? Is it a festive lineup? Basically, there's a poll asking if you like the lineup or not. So vote in a poll. At the end of in probably about half hour, Charlie will come back on and we'll get his views and we'll see what he thinks about the team, and most importantly, we will get the results of the said poll. Okay. Kurt Zuma, Konstantinos Mavropanos. By the way, the lineup's on the bottom of the screen. Who's playing left? Who's the lefty? Who's the righty? That's what I want to know about this one. I've never liked Kurt Zuma on the left-hand side. Okay, but I have never seen Mavropanos play on the left-hand side. Clearly, all is not right with Nigel Gerd, which I got to say probably adds a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of credit to what David Moyes' team. He wasn't sort of resting or rotating a Gerd in a Liverpool game for the sake of it. So clearly he's got something wrong. Maybe he's got a bad wrist as well now. Who knows? Anyway, so yes, that's the West Ham team. Let's go through the bench, then we'll deal with the Man United team, and then we'll deal with the bet. Right, let's have a little look at the bench. So the bench is Lucas Fabianski back on the bench. And Johnson is he's on the bench, and whether he's there as a right back or a left back is your guess as good as mine. Cresswell's there. Pablo Fornals, Annie Dings, Angelo Ogbonna, Said Benrahma, Tilo Kehrer, and Vim Mabama. Now, I mean, it's very, very hard to look at that bench and find anyone with any form on there. So I think that's it. We'll just sort of leave them be there. No Maxwell Cornet. We had a good chat about him in our breakfast show actually this morning, which was quite good fun. It has to be said. So as fun for us, not so much fun for Maxwell Cornet. I'm not going to change the camera back now. It's at a right funny angle, but I think if I start messing around with stuff, cables start falling out and all that sort of stuff. So that much we don't want. That's for sure. Oh, Charlie's in the chat. I was just about to star a post and he starred it already. Remind me on that one, will you please, Charlie, mate? He's there. Right, okay. Charlie, he's there in the background, basically. I can feel his fingers are on the keyboard. I wonder how quickly he could do it. I've given him getting the heads up now, so I'd imagine it's going to be pretty quick. Can we have the Man U team, please, Charlie? He's mucking me around. That's a joke. He's mucking me around there. Charlie, can we have the match? It's there. It's there. Sorry. Very good. Very good. Anana's in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I guess he's at right back there. Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans. How can I not say the word Evans? Ridiculous. Cambuala, Shaw, Manu, McTominay, Fernandez, Anthony, Garnacho, Hoyland. It's a mixed bag. I mean, it doesn't look like a Manchester United team. Well, I guess it does. They're going to be like wearing like Red Devils and a red shirt and all the rest of it, and they probably do look very much like a Manchester United team. But I mean, in terms of the caliber of the player, I think the front line certainly looks better than the back. They're there to be got at. I'm telling you, they're there to be got at. That's perked me pecker up, quite frankly. That really has. I'm not disappointed with that. I think the goalkeeper's dodgy. Johnny Evans is, well, he's probably about 5 years older than me, isn't he? I'm not too fussed about this. I think they're there. I think David Moyes has got to. He absolutely has to go for this. This is incredibly important there. Charlie, can I have Man United bench, please? He's bloody good, isn't he? Bayendir, Bennett, Regulion, Amrabat. He looked crap the other day. He's going to score against us now. Ericsson, Hannibal, probably not Lecter. Palestri, Van Beek, Rashford. Let me just read that again in case I missed any. Rayenda, Bennett, Regulion, Amrabat, Ericsson. I did miss one out. Hannibal Lecter, Palestri, Jenny from the block, Donny van der Beek, as someone's called him, and Marcus Rashford. Anyway, so there you go. There is the Man United team. You've heard the West Ham team. We'll get to what you're thinking in just a second, but I'm quietly confident about this one. I don't know why. We better bloody win, quite frankly, after what happened the other day. Anyway, Charlie has also told me my audio is good. We've got this little private messaging service on here. He probably messaged that quite a long time ago, but thank you very much, Charlie. Let me put a GP up. Who's in that? That's not. I can't see who that is. I think that's a Sesame Street character in a bin. Should be Oscar in the trash can. GP, but. Thank you very much indeed. Merry Christmas, and thank you for Network and giving away PS5s. Wow, my son would like that. He may desert us. He may desert us. There you go. Anyway, a good lineup. A little bit disappointed about a couple of the ones. I think it's difficult. It's a tough one. I don't want to dig Thomas Souček out too much. I don't think all of it is his fault, but I think it was so terrible. It was so terrible against Liverpool. He wasn't the only one, obviously. But I think he's got to have a good game today. Hey, let me know what you think. Anyway, look, people may be giving PS5s away. We're going to try and give some money away. So I think it's probably only right to try and compile the bet. Now, let me just tell you my thinking. So Nick, who is a patron of ours, Nick works for a betting company. And he was telling me that one of his colleagues, I say telling me, he's telling everybody, basically, I'm not giving any state secrets here, on our patron show, that somebody at William Hill, a colleague, was quite confident that it was going to be both teams to score, Kudus to have a shot on target. So I think we're probably going to go with a little bit like that. Don't ask me, Barry. Don't ask me for a PS5. I'm not giving away a PS5. Right? I'm gonna try and give away a few £100 if someone wins a bet. We can't throw that sort of hardware at you. I'm afraid we cannot entice you to watch our videos with a PS5. You're gonna have to stay to either win a bet, to hopefully just enjoy a calamitous moment where I sort of pull a cable out, or not pull that type of cable out. That would be disgusting. And just enjoy hopefully later on myself and Charlie probably discussing food. So yeah, we can't lure you in with that sort of thing. He was joking. It's quite funny actually, because there were 1,000 people watching this, and now there's only 3. I think they're all on the West Ham network looking for their PS5s. Come back. It was false. It was a false alarm. Anyway, Barry, don't worry, mate. I'm going to give you a chance to win some money. So I think we're going to have to go for a West Ham win. I think if we make it, look, when I say unrealistic, would I be wrong in suggesting that West Ham can win maybe a 2 or a 3-1? What are we thinking? Let me know how you think about it. I'm not. This is not your score prediction. I'm talking about a bet to win someone some money. I am indeed. I am indeed. Do you know what? I was going to wear me Father Christmas hat today. I will do it on another one. Just we haven't got many days before Christmas, but I will. I don't know why, but it needed a wash. I mean, the thing only gets warm once a year. I don't know why it needed a wash. But it's it's just one of those cheap crap things, Dean. It's just made of crap material. I think if I wash it, it's going to die, basically. Okay, do you know what? The thing is, Mandy, 1-1's winning nobody any money. This is the thing. It's just not winning anyone any money. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 3-1 to West Ham. While I start to compile that bet, why don't you lovely people start chucking some goal scorers at me, please, while I'm just typing this. I am West Ham to win 3-1. That's a great start. So we'll need a couple of goal scorers. Shots on target. I'm going to put that. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put. It's not even worth it really for the Kudus shot on target. I think we're probably better off going with the goal scorers, as it were. So we got here. Do you know what? I think we do Højlund to score. I really do. Bowen to score, Højlund to score. Let me go and do that. And we might do one more. Let me just see. Yeah. Okay, Hoyland to score any time. Jared Bowen to score any time. I tell you what, they've been a little bit stingy with these odds. It has to be said. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what. Give me one more goal scorer, and I almost need an unlikely goal scorer. Unlikely goal scorer. It's got on here on the list Tilo Kehrer. Not that bloody unlikely. Even Tilo Kehrer, even though he's not playing, it's quite mean odds for him to score a goal. So we got Hoyland, we got Jared Bowen. Yeah, these are not great odds, even just for one more. I think we might have to go the whole hog. I can't do Maguire to score because I've already done Hoyland because I've only got one goal for Manchester United. Alvarez, shall I? Shall we do it? I mean, it's bloody highly unlikely, and he's going to get substituted off, isn't he? But the people speak. If the people speak, the people speak. Maxwell Cornet, no odds, obviously. I don't know if that's just for now or for the whole of the season. Right, there we go. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to pick one more West Ham goal scorer. I can't do Soufal. He's never scored. Souček's a great shout. Souček is a great shout, actually. It would be after it would be right, wouldn't it? Okay. Now we're looking like now we're looking like a bet. One card. It's terrible. It's a terrible bet. No wonder these never win. But if I don't do this, then the odds are so crap. And you know what? Wouldn't it be nice if even just one time I do it, it wins, and I give someone $1,000 or something like that. I need a card. I'm just waiting for those to come in. A card for either team, doesn't matter. They all work for this one. Funny in it early. What you do for lunch on a day like this? Actually, Fernandez. Do you know what? Shall we do it? Shall we do a Fernandez? This is never going to happen. All right. This really is never going to happen. But if it does, then you know, I've got to find a set. Play a card section. There you go. That's fine, Fernandez. This is crazy. It's a crazy bet to put on Bruno Fernandes. It's not even the same. Do you know what I mean? Actually, booked and sent off is exactly the same. In fact, the odds don't get any better at all by us doing that, I'm afraid to say. So, there you go. I guess that's it. The bet slip is the bet slip. Let me place that on. It's quite simple. There you go. I'm placing the bet now. It's £1,000, boys and girls. It is £1,000. Yeah, I think this is it. Right, let me just refresh and let me tell you exactly what this is. It's the score at full time will be 3-1 to West Ham. Hoyland to score, Bowen to score, Alvarez to score, Souček to score. Someone's gonna, if that happens, someone in this live chat is gonna win £1,000. There you go. You can't really say fairer than that. I'm not a man for doing the two people win £500. If those unlikely events happen, no cards because it would have changed the odds too much. Someone wins £1,000. The phrase that pays is has not been invented yet because, quite frankly, I've been there you go. I'll tell you what, I've just found it. The phrase that pays is good Evans. Good Evans. There you go. Oh, Paul, I'm so sorry. It's good Evans or Anana skin. Well, that's a bloody good one. So Anana skin, they've got two phrases that pays in this one. So one of them is banana skin and the other one is good Evans. I'll tell you what, talk about good Evans. This is, there we go. It's quite some show. So, two phrases that pays, an unlikely bet, a microphone that we're not sure if it's working properly, but possibly is working properly. A rumor of some PS5s being given away. That's a scurrilous accusation and not actually being given away at all. We're one missing centre back and a Maxwell Cornet and a pear tree. Wow. Really something. Really quite something. So there you go. That's what we're dealing with today. The phrase that pays is either a Nana skin. Thank you, West Ham Matt. Sorry, someone said I can't see this going well. You're absolutely right. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what this is actually. Let's just. How can you predict all these winning scores? There's no confidence at all within the squad. It's just a laugh, mate. It's just a laugh. Honestly, that's all it is. It's a laugh. It's a laugh. We have a little bit of fun, and if it comes in, then someone wins some money. I'm not asking you to put down it. It's my money. Honestly, it's my bet. It's my stake. It's just that. We can sit here if you want and do 5-0 to Man United, but I tell you what, it's just less of a laugh, really, isn't it? So yeah, don't take it too seriously, mate. It's a little bit of fun. This complete build-up show. Let's be fair. It's an absolute mess. Only the latest for here. So there you go. The phrase that pays: Anana Skin or Good Evans. I'm glad somebody asked this. I sort of tried to coast my way through this and say the name like I knew who it was. You know, wasn't it that band? I get knocked down, but I get up again. But you're never gonna keep me down. Wasn't that? Is that them? That's them, isn't it? I think it might. If they've got, we might have a chance if they're playing in defence. I'd never actually heard of him. Oh, thank you. Okay, it's academy. It's academy player getting their their first start. That's it. That's the fella. Chumbawamba at the back. There you go. They never knew that it was the lyrics. So I don't know if I can say. Can I say this? Just cover your children's ears just for a second. So they're bit in a song, and I think they're singing "Dancing the Night Away, Dancing the Night." Anyway, so people used to think it was saying "Pissing the Night Away." That one. Anyway, I don't know what you think. Go back, listen to the tune. I always thought it was "Dancing the Night Away" until someone told me about the pissing, and then and I've never been able to unhear it. So these are the lyrics. These are the lyrics. Not my song of choice. Not my song of choice, I have to say. But yeah, I was trying to basically bluff my way and wing it for reading up the Man United team. And I thought, I ain't got a clue who that geezer is. I haven't got a clue. Truth of the matter is, I don't even know if it was a geezer. I probably can't say that. I do apologise if I've offended any geezers. Or any Chumbawamba fans, quite frankly. Anyway, this is just what happens. I've got to say, it's not just the professionalism; it's the technicality of it. I feel like somebody once described somebody, and I think it was about David Moyes trying to do a substitute or something like that. And somebody said David Moyes trying to do a substitute reminded them of their nan trying to work the Sky remote, which I thought was brilliant. That's what I'm like. I'm like your nan trying to use the Sky remote when I'm trying to do all this stuff. When there's two people here, it's far easier. So if I'm talking, Gio can do some stuff, or if Gio's talking, I can do some stuff. I can, check stuff. That's why sometimes you'll see when one of us is talking, the other person will be doing that and looking over there. That's why I am multitasking at the moment. Is it? I'm not. Am I right or am I right? I don't know. That's it. I tell you what. Never mind. I tell you what, Paul. I've been playing the snakes on the phone. I got to show you before we start talking about West Ham again. Where is the snakes guy? It's not even called Snakes. Let me show you. You probably know this, right? I only discovered this game. Oh, I don't know. I discovered this game not very long ago. You see this, right? Let me show you that, right? It's amazing, right? You are basically a snake, and you got to eat up all these things. And then bigger snakes come along, and you got to make them crash into you. It's a genius game. Oh, hold on, there's a big one. Hold on, wait, get out of the way. Watch. You can make yourself go faster. Bang! I died. Do you see that? I don't normally. I just died, just to show you, as a demonstration to you lot. Every day, every day. It's got so bad. I'm playing it before bed. Even when I'm sitting down on the. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, I said to my kids, "Have you seen this? What do you mean, have we seen that? That's been out forever." They said. Anyway, genius little bit of game. Okay, right. This is it. Do you know what? What a time to turn it back on to West Ham. It's a time to Paqueta or Paquetá. What are we going to get? Are we going to get Paqueta or Paquetá today? I'm feeling a little bit of Paquetá, if you pardon the expression. Get a ban for that as well as the betting, I think, quite frankly. Yeah, you know what? I think he will turn it on today. I think he really, really, really. Sorry, I'm really. It's my fault. I shouldn't have digressed. I'm going to get back onto the. I'm going to get back onto the. All right. That's funny. that's funny. All right, okay. But I'm onto the game now. I'm onto the game. Right. Anyway, it's not a little one. It's quite a big one, to be perfectly honest with you. Thank you very much. It's Paquetá. It's Paquetá today. Paquetá. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Look, I think we're going to get a really, really good performance from him in this one. I think the big question is James Ward-Prowse. Is James Ward-Prowse going to be playing in that forward bit? Is he going to be doing the pressing? I think this is really, really important. Look, there are a lot of people who didn't emerge from that game against Liverpool with much credit, and I think that the biggest one being David Moyes. I think there are people in that team. So I thought there were a few stinky performances. Fornals, Ben Rama, certainly Ogbonna, and Thomas Souček. I thought you may think slightly differently, but I thought they were our four worst performers. I'm not saying everyone else was brilliant. I think if I was one of the others, I'd probably be looking at this and thinking, well, hold on a second. How come he's in the team? Talking about Souček here. And we're not. So he's going to have to justify his place. I don't think Soufal was very good at all. I think the defence was so much under the cosh. I think in many respects, I think it's an imperfect team to play in Manchester United because I don't think they'll come at us. And I think we've looked at our best. Reason we looked so good against Wolves is because they sort of came at us a little bit. But in many respects, I also think it's the perfect team to play because they won't come at us. So I've contradicted myself there. But I think, there's going to be a certain element of shell shock. I think with the way that we performed against Liverpool, and I think that's going to probably certainly infect the team. So it's going to have been a big job. It's not just training. To be fair, I probably wouldn't have done much training because they looked so knackered. What you had to do is try and lift their spirits and try and get them up for this. So hopefully they are. It's really a case of, did the players buy into this? But were the players, I keep saying throw in the cup. I'm sure they didn't throw the cup, but were the players sort of on board with that? Because whilst a lot of us are sort of disgusted and we're outraged what we saw against Liverpool, are the players feeling the same way? That if it was the plan that was going to be the case, and as a lot of us suspect, Moyes just put all his eggs in one basket in the Man United game. If the players are on board with that, they'll be up for this. They won't be feeling the like the disappointment that so many of us are from the Liverpool game. Anyway, there you go. Those are my thoughts on that. Anyway, let's get a few of your thoughts before we get to the score lines and whatnot. So let's have a few footballing ones. Oh, hold on a second. What we got here? Just Matt. Thank you very much indeed, Just Matt. That is very, very nice of you, young sir. Don't do score predictions yet. Don't go too early on that one. It's still, in terms of this video, it's still Christmas Eve, if you know what I mean. That's funny. AS says Kudus should just sit in front of Ten Hag if he scores today. I'm glad I said that correctly. Easy to muck that one up. Right. Okay. What else have we got? We can't. Okay, so Tougher Brendan says, can we do a Moyes post-match poll? The choices should be 1, smirking smugness, 2, superior and satisfied, 3, surprised that the fans feel that the team needs to make an effort, 4, surly and churlish. This is good. He's a wordsmith. I like this. Look, you know what? You know what? I'd be happy to see smug Moyes today. I really would. It's funny that the different Moyes you get. It's like a collection of toys, isn't it? So I think if we get smug Moyes today, I don't mind because it means we've won. And I would expect a heavy dose of "I told you so"s. If we win, I ain't having nothing to do with a press conference. Actually, I'm going out. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of the weekend, and so should you lot, quite frankly. And you absolutely should. If West Ham win, allows you to enjoy the rest of the weekend. Basically, he's either going to be the Grinch, isn't he? He's going to be the Christmas Grinch, and basically ruin. He's going to steal Christmas from us because it's obviously this will pee us off all before Christmas, or he can be Father Christmas. Yeah, that would be That would be better, wouldn't it? I mean, he could grid. Hey, the Moyes that ruined Christmas, the Scrooge, Crack Bob, Cratchit, tuppence is tuppence, and all the rest of it. He've a sorry excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. So hopefully he doesn't give us the full Moyes Scrooge. Let's hope he gives us something to look forward to. I think so. Anyway, so what else? What else are we thinking? If people are wondering why Good Evans is in there, or an Anna skin, that's the phrase that pays. You got to do that to be in a chance to be in it to win it. Jonah Jazz said, "What are your thoughts on a young centre back, Pez Evans?" I look, obviously I don't know about him. Clearly, as you've seen from the name. It's hard. It's hard to say. It's really, really hard to say. Charlie, actually, sorry, we haven't put this up yet. Do we have the Manchester United bench, please? I'd be interested to see if Maguire's on the bench. Actually, thanks, mate. Yeah, I'm sorry, we did put it up there. Cheers, you did. Yeah, he wasn't on the bench. I thought as much. I don't know. Look, maybe needs must. Maybe needs must. Who knows? You know, possibly could have done something else. Well, could he? I mean, I guess he could have played Luke Shaw at centre back and played Reguilon at full back or something like that. There are probably a number. I'm no Manchester United expert. I'm not even a West Ham expert. But you know, I'd imagine there's probably other things he could have done. Fair play to him. If he's going into this playing a young centre back, he might be outstanding. We just don't know at all. I mean, you know, it's the sort of thing David Moyes would do, isn't it? This is absolutely true. Just Matt said Souček better drop a masterclass today. He really needs to. What else have we got? Okay, so we got Glenn, aka Mush, says we gain nothing in the transfer window when the League Cup. Players want to play in Europe before any domestic competition. Yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't. I mean, I don't think that had anything to do with the transfer window. Sorry, I'm thinking about it. You probably replied to somebody else in a message before. Frank, hello, Frank says, why can't Moyes go back to the 4-1-4-1 that worked so well at the start of the season? I think he's still. I think he's always find that Moyes is constantly searching for a formation. I'm probably being unkind. I feel like he stumbles over things tactically and then finds them. The Glaswegian, I can't even say it. I can't say it in English. Glaswegian. I can say it in a Scottish accent, but I can't say it in an English accent. You're absolutely right there. Beneath the Headphones, which is a great name. I'm confident. I love an early kickoff. I think we're going to smash them. I like that. Look, if I could pin that post and put it up there for the duration of the video, I would do. I really, really like that. And I absolutely hope. You're right. That's funny. The Tartan Avram. Oh, dear. Look, hopefully he's going to prove us wrong. He's going to prove us wrong. And if he does, I'll get you. Can I have your score predictions, please? Because I've got one up there. I think if he does prove us wrong, I'm quite happy for him to come on afterwards and say, basically, you sorry West Ham fans, I have given you your Christmas. Your life would be miserable without Merry Christmas, Moisey. Quite frankly, he can say that. To be fair, his media training is so bad, it's probably the type of thing he would say. He would be very, very welcome to. Look, if we're going into Christmas, you know, and or 7th in the league. Yes, I am very, very happy with what happened in the Carabao Cup, but that will definitely take the edge off for me. That's for sure. Right, let me scroll down and let me get some of these lovely, juicy predictions. Timothy, 3-1 Manure. No, sorry, he was sorry, let me just get that right. It's 3-1 to West Ham. Manure got nothing on the hammers. He wasn't predicting the manure, that's for sure. GP 3-1. Jeff Watson, Space Odyssey 2001, as I have been told. 2-0. Chuffsy. Is that a really good nickname, or does it mean something rude? Have I just read out something rude there? Does Chuffsy mean something that I don't know what? I quite like. It sounds good though. It sounds like a good nickname, and if it is something rude, I'll give it a go anyway. Right, where we got? It's Ricky's Dad says winning 3-1. Hammerboy 5-3 to Man United. Can you imagine? Imagine writing a notes. Well, some people probably don't. You probably just watch the game. But because we do videos, I write notes. I don't want to write notes for that game, quite frankly. I think I'd have to get the whiteboard off. I've got a whiteboard on the wall over there. What else have we got here? We've got Stephen Russell, 1-0 to the Irons. Brooke Dev Bonds, 2-1, obviously to West Ham. I like that indeed. Barry says 3-1 to West Ham. Unfortunately, I've not been able to give Barry any gifts today. He was angling for a prize earlier on when he found out that PS5s are being given away elsewhere, but they weren't actually being given away. Hello, Si. Hope you're keeping well, mate. 2-1, obviously to Man United. He's saying there. Hammer down under. 5-0. Let's listen. The voice of an angel, Michael Levy Jr. He said the whole game is just Ward-Prowse taking free kicks from 22 yards out and an empty net. Whilst Manchester United all go Christmas shopping, I still have no faith he would score a free kick. It's hanging on him, isn't it? It's a heavy burden on his shoulders, Ward-Prowse. The one more free kick and he equals David Beckham's record. It's killing him. So you know what he needs? What's the thing when they do the hypnosis? He needs it. I don't actually believe in hypnosis. I think it's fake. But if it did exist, I think he should have hypnosis. And just so forget all about there is no record. I don't think then he pops a free kick in. Anyway, there we go. I've got a few more. RJS 100 says 2-1. We've got another, which is 1-1 from Alan there. Glenn 3-2. Dirk Diggler. It's a great film. Boogie Nights. What a film. Who's the guy that directed? Is it Paul Anderson? I think his name Paul Anderson. There Will Be Blood. Seen that? If you've not seen that, well, either one. Yeah, don't watch Boogie Nights for your children. That's to be said. That's Dirk Diggler. Nice picture as well, Dirk, may I say there. 2-1 Irons, says Steve. Do a couple more here. Bill says 3-1. Matt 2-0. Cyclops 2-2. DMD in pinball terms. Dot matrix display. That's not what he's saying, obviously. Just saying that. 4-3. Not sure who wins it. He's hedging his bets there. I like that. 2-2. We got a 2-1. We got Tom says 4-3. 1-1. 5-0. Wow, that would be festive. And we got a very precise prediction from Dean here, which is 2-1 to us. Bowen and James Ward-Prowse to finally score the free kick. Well, we've got a very, very particular and precise one here. This is from a preview, a review, and predict. It says if Bowen and Kudus have legs, I think they do. We win 3-0 against that defence. I like it. I know what you're saying. I'm only joking, obviously, about the legs thing. Welsh Hammer. 4-0 to Man United, says a Welsh Hammer. Hammer boy, 5-3 Man United. We've had that one. All right, don't spam. 3-1 Man United. Anyway, talking about spam, we're about to introduce a man that's just had his lunch, early lunch, spam sandwiches. Mr. Charlie Walsh.
Wasn't spam sandwiches, but I could go for one right now. Underrated, I would say.
When was the last time you had spam?
Probably 2020.
Well, that's recently. For spam,
my granddad loved spam.
Did he?
He was big into spam, and I would never have it the rest of the year. And then I'd go and stay at his house, and I'd wake up, and he's like, "Spam sandwich." I'm like, "Spam sandwich." So yeah, not since probably not since 2020. What about you?
Okay. Along years ago. I've had some corned beef relatively recently. Spam. Last time I used spam, I went with my mate fishing, and we fed it to the fish. The fish like it. Carp eat spam.
Okay.
I don't think any carp has ever announced it. Loves me a bit of spam.
I would doubt it, but who knows?
Now talking carp, pay extra
who
to
knows?
catch those. They're really clever. You can't catch them talk. I say they probably are talking carp, but you'd never know. You can't catch them. They're too smart.
It's great.
Not eating that.
They hear through the grapevine. There's a hook down there.
Cube of lunch and meat, you say?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Have you figured out their centre back partnership yet?
No, it might be 3 at the back.
Okay, so you don't know what I'm referencing this one. Do you know the first name of both of their centre backs? This is prime Gonzo bait, so I would have assumed you'd have reacted by now if you'd known this is some prime Gonzo bait right here.
Johnny, hold on. So Johnny is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's not called Rubber, is he?
It's Willy.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Willie Johnny.
Yeah.
It's like that song, Willie Bum Bum song. You know it?
No.
It's a great song. Come on. Look,
I'm not. I said I'm not dissing the song. I just don't happen to know it.
After I was going to say, don't do it now. Stay with us. Watch the game. Stay with us some more. Watch all the Hammers Chat videos, please, because we need it. But when you've finished doing that, go YouTube Willy Bum Bum. You've got to do the one with the video. The video's good. The Willy Bum Bum song. It was actually.
I wouldn't dare watch the Willy Bum Bum song without fully embracing the music video as well.
The video's good because it's animated. The Willy Bum Bum. It's really, really good. It's in fact, I almost was going to sing it then. It was just without context, it would sound just really wrong. I blame Andy Pennywise, who showed it to me alongside not his Willie, but the song. He showed me the song played me the song a long time ago. My word, this is taken. I've tripped on an banana skin.
I did see the patron chat, which is what made me realize it originally because I hadn't seen their lineup before I saw the patron chat. So yeah, I just thought Gonzo needed to know. Gonzo needed.
Thank you.
It's prime Gonzo bait. I'm surprised I'm surprised. Although to be fair, young centre back.
Have you seen this? I've never heard this before. Oh, where is it? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It's moving to. God, beef equals Dagenham chicken. I like that.
No, I've not.
I like that. Yeah. Oh, the video got taken down. No, it didn't. It did. Oh, the video got because I actually now I know you say it. Because I actually searched for it a couple of days ago because I wanted to show it to someone. I'll reveal too much in these videos. Too much.
It was the way you delivered it. It didn't. That was a man with knowledge.
But now he's thinking about it. The song was there, but the video wasn't. So maybe what he's saying is correct. What DMD is saying is correct. That the video got taken. The song is more offensive than the video. The video's pretty cool. Video's pretty cool. Anyway, what are the results of the poll? Not that kind of poll. Don't be disgusting. It's taking that turn, isn't it?
We asked, how do you feel about the starting 11? Let's go. Let's just say it somewhere. So, 14% were positively stupendous.
Oh, come on.
67% were somewhat satisfied.
Oh, yeah.
14% were somewhat dissatisfied. And 3% of people said it's crap, to be honest. So sort of most people going. Yeah,
I like the way it sort of tails off at the end. This is it keeps doing that. I like it. There's no point in being too exuberant on the bad stuff. Just so as you know, Charlie, I hear you, mate. I can see your messages there. Thank you very much indeed.
Safe search on.
Can I just hold on? Where's this? I've got to say this. Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you a funny story about this. So I got a new television box installed, and the person anyway. So I was having some technical difficulties, and the guy had left his number. He said, "If you have any difficulties with it, but he said, give me a call." So I was trying to do it, and I couldn't get a movie section working, and the rest of it. So I thought I actually gave him a call. He talked me through it on the phone without me to come through. I said, "Oh, great!" I said, "Because I was going to look to watch something with the kids, right?" And then because that sausage party, it's actually got like an animated thing. It looks like a cartoon. If you look at the trailer for it, it's animated. It looks like it's a cartoon.
Is this like one of those like? Is this like a Coco Melon type thing that's like designed for children on YouTube?
No, I had no idea. All I saw was it just looked like an animated program. It looked like a cartoon. So I said, I said, yeah, because I've looked, and it basically was on new releases at the time. So I said, yeah, I'd quite like to have a look at this because I was going to put that on for the kids. I said, it's got some things on there like this, and he laughed and he said, and I was about to put on this sausage party, which is why it wasn't working. And he said, well, he laughed. He said, as long as you don't put on that sausage party. And I said, well, why are you laughing? I said, is it not an animated? He went, no, don't show that to your kids. Now, I've never actually seen it, but yes, that very nearly happened. There you go. Right.
Okay.
I had no context there at all. So there you go. How are you feeling about the not the sausage? How are you feeling about the team, Charlie?
I was gonna say I haven't seen it. I can possibly say. Yeah. I think, look, there's only one way I would improve it, probably, and that's on Gerd, but obviously Gerd's not around, so needs must in that. Not that I don't like the two centre backs we have. It's just like you said at the beginning. I don't know who the hell's left.
Yeah.
The big question remains about which one's going to play on the left in that sense. But outside of that, I mean, I know controversially with Souček and stuff. I think that's probably our strongest 11. So I wouldn't put myself as positively stupendous because of the Aged thing, and I think he's such an important piece of the puzzle, and equally as well, being realistic about it, it's going to affect our build-up play quite a lot if we don't have a left-sided. We basically need another left-sided centre-back at some point to step in when Aged's not there. But outside of that, I mean, I'm happy. It's the lineup I expect. It's just really, it's are we going to turn up? That's the question I really have. Because I think if you look at the two teams, we've got the 11 on the pitch to beat them. I'm confident of that fact, at least. I think if you look at our two sides, we could definitely beat them with the 11 on the pitch. It's just, man, will they actually turn up or not?
Yeah, well, listen, I don't think with Rubber Johnny at the back, we got half a chance. I think if we need to expose them.
There you go. Now we're cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Now Gonzo's here. Now we're here. And that's it. Thank you for the 3,000 Mr. That's really appreciated.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I mean, the 11 are good. So at this point, I have no real reason, apart from all of the evidence for the rest of the season, to be too negative about it. You know? Yeah.
No, I listen. I agree. I do. Charlie, I'm gonna have to go. We're cruising today, are we? We're happy. Watch along. Afterwards. I'll be along to give me review, to give me thoughts.
And then just for back end purposes, I will try to remember to put the review live at halftime. I'll try to remember to do that.
I don't mind discussing this technical...
little bit of behind the scenes stuff there, but I'll try to remember to do that. Gio's not here. He does all this smart stuff usually. Now we have to figure it out amongst ourselves.
Yeah,
I'll try to remember at halftime.
Yeah,
but apart from that, we're all good.
He's very good at multitasking, because I noticed you managed to speak and favourite a message while the post, because basically it goes along. If something moves fast, we think we're going to miss it, we can set a reminder on it. And I always, whenever I do it, I sort of do this and then talk a little bit more. I noticed Charlie. He's just done it again. I noticed Charlie multitask. I'm going to go sketch. Thank you, my friend. There he is. He's a great guy. What a great guy. No, this is true. I can't even speak. I honestly cannot multitask. That wouldn't be funny. That would be horrible. I think it would be. Oh, sorry. There you go. We've done that one. Yeah, it'd be absolutely horrible. I would love to interview David Moyes, but it would be a one-off interview. There would be no second interview.
Did you see this video? I can't remember if you saw it or not. Ben, just before we go, Mark Goldbridge.
I know who he is. He's a YouTuber, but he also presents on TalkSport now. Man United.
He was doing a watch along for the last West Ham game, where the Liverpool won. And halfway through it, he goes, "My God, I've just clicked on another watch along. Looks like Brian May." He goes, "Yeah." And then goes, "Shout out to Hammer's chat. I'm sure he'll take it in the right way." Blah 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 blah.
Excellent.
Like,
good.
Oh Christ! Not massively incorrect. Not massively incorrect with the hair and the beard. And there are worse people to be described as. You know. Brian May. I've had many things, many worse things, but I've had many things said.
No, not the Brian.
Never
May
had Brian May. Never had Brian May.
No, Brian May. He's not curly enough for Brian May. Anyway, he was surprised to see he's doing a watch. That's multitasking. He's doing a watch along while watching someone else's watch along, and then thinking a joke at the same time. That's impressive stuff. He's a talented boy. And he's
Listen,
yeah.
goals, life goals.
Watching someone that's not even Man United. Oh, I guess he was watching us to see what the opposition would be like again. I bet
And
he's confident.
he has his own general football channels, right? That's football, so.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon he's doing all right. He used to be a policeman, apparently.
Positive. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I don't know too much about it.
He don't strike me as a policeman. So I don't. They're not getting authority from him. To be fair. Yeah.
Well, I mean, my mum's a teacher, and she's not the most. She doesn't strike me as an authoritative person either, but she's somehow a teacher, so you know.
She might change. Maybe she changes when she gets in the classroom. Strict.
Right. Exactly. You know.
Slapping the ruler down and saying, "Well, shut up, you lots. Where's your homework?"
Proper old school wooden ruler.
Yeah, we used to. Can I say? No, I probably can't say his name. You never know. See, the thing is, we ain't had any media training. You don't know what you can say, what you can't say. So my old teacher at Valentine's School in Gantsill, he used to throw blackboard rubbers at us, and they were wood. They were wood. They were that big wood.
Yeah, the ones where it has wood on the back, and then the front of it is like
bang, like that. Honestly. How he never hit how he never caught anyone. I mean, if you'd have caught, never mind David Beckham with his boot, if you'd have caught anyone, honestly, you'd have been in hospital. I mean, can you imagine?
A teacher of my school pretended to fake out throwing a stapler at me once.
Right.
And it slipped out of her hands and to be fair, it slipped out of her hands, so it wasn't going very fast. But I sort of caught it. And she looked at me very shocked, and I was like, "That's why I'm on the cricket team, miss."
Right.
One of the coolest moments in my entire life. She apologized for about 3 years after that, just non-stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. That's good skills, actually. And then after that, you started to learn to play the guitar, Brian.
Yes, of course. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was. You know, busting out some riffs.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Anyway, I've got to go.
Cool. Thank you very much, Gonzo. We'll see you at full time.
See you later.
See ya. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. One man, and he will be back at full time to go through the match properly. But until that point, we are here for the watch along. We've got about 11 minutes until kickoff happens. In the midst of all that, badgers, mushroom. Come on, Evan. Evan knows. Let's go. Evan knows. Yeah. Anyway, what's my favorite Queen song? Don't know. I'll have to have a little think about it. I'll have to have a little think about that. But while I do that, you have to think about how confident you are, confidence levels. 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? While you do that, we'll run through the happy how you well, bro. I say bro to everyone. Let's word here now. I'll run through the teams. Let's have a little deep dive on the lineups, shall we? West Ham United are lining up as such. Areola in goal with Sufal, Mavropanos, Zuma and Emerson at the back. Alvarez, Ward-Prowse and Thomas Souček in midfield with Paquetá on one side, Mohamed Kudus on the other and Jared Bowen up front. Like I say, I think arguably the strongest 11. I mean, you could make arguments against Fabianski or Areola, and obviously I would put Aged in there over Mavropanos. I know some people would put Mavropanos ahead of Zuma, for example, so you're not really... It is one of those things, but we don't really have a left-sided centre-back. And then obviously I know some people would argue against Thomas Souček, for example. I personally wouldn't, just because I don't know what the team looks like without him. But roughly, that's in and around the ballpark, at least, which I think is we can all agree on, of it being our strongest 11. But as I just said to Gonzo, it really is a case of, do they turn up? Do they turn up? And if only some of them turn up, who out of them are the ones that turn up? It's difficult for us because I look at it and I go, that is a strong lineup. And I go, right, but what the hell's going to happen? Because I honestly don't know. The subs bench being Fabianski, Johnson Cresswell, Fornells, Ings, Ogbonna, Benrahma, Kera, and Mubama. In positional order, that would be Fabianski, Ogbonna, Kera, Johnson Cresswell, Fornells, Benrahma, Ings, and Mubama. And it's not the greatest bench in the world, but it's as benches go, it's about as strong as we can get. I mean, obviously we'd want to see Cornet on there at some point because he actually has an impact when he comes on, or in that one game he had an impact when he came on. most of the time he's pretty non-existent, but then again, he only has about 30 seconds to play. Yeah, it's... You know, it's really difficult. But you look at Manchester United's side, there are 6 new items, by the way. So let's just scroll up to the top of that and then scroll down so that it disappears. They line up, they have a very interesting lineup as well. They start with Andre Onana in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back with Kwambala, Evans and Shaw in defence. McTominay starts in midfield along with the other youngster, Mainu. Anthony is on one side, Garnacho is on the other, Bruno Fernandes down the middle, and Højlund up front. Yeah, like, you look at it, and obviously, don't get me wrong, there are some very, very strong players in there, you know? Realistically, Bruno Fernandes is a brilliant player, although, you know, this season not hitting high as he once was, but in that form or whatever. Brilliant player. Garnacho can pull stuff up. Højlund, a great striker. There are good players in this lineup, but it just feels beatable. It really does just feel beatable. And when you look at our lineup, ours is probably a heck of a lot closer to our theoretical strongest 11 than theirs is. So you have, I can't help but have some confidence in that sense. It's just whether or not we can actually turn up. Their subs bench, Bayanda, Hannibal, Palestri, Bennett, Eriksson, Amrabat, Rashford, Van der Beek, and Reguilon. Not the best bench either, but again, at least one game changer on there potentially in Marcus Rashford if he turns up. Eriksson, who is very good on his day. Amrabat's very good on his day, so they could change up their midfield if necessary. You know, there's some stuff there, but it just feels beatable. It just feels beatable. And so I can't come into it without any confidence. But as I said, the overwhelming evidence of recent times means I can't come into it with confidence either. And that's one of the most frustrating things about it. Let's just click save on there. Let's have a look at some of the confidence levels. Where are we at? There we go. Chuck. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Stephen's coming through with a 5. Dr. Chips saying 10. 3, 10, big win incoming. Tom is going with a -3. Oh, by the way, the other names I will put up in the top corner in a second. I completely forgot to do that. Tom, you reminded me. Thank you, Tom. But -3.14, 257. Graham's gone with a 5. Jeff is going with a 7.147. 4. Is there a strange ticking sound? Keep me updated on that, because I'd be interested if that's true. I don't know why that would be. 3.13 says HDU. 7 says Scampy. 5 because I never know what Moyes is going to do. Dean, I'm actually in the UK today because, of course, TNT Sports has WWE. So I currently have TNT Sports. Not permanently, but today I have TNT Sports. Which is useful. Slapper is coming through with a 2. Chuck is going with 100. Maybe a misprint of 10, but listen, let's go with the ultimate confidence levels. Riaz is looking at our team there. I'd go for a 3-1 West Ham win, so he's coming through with confidence as well. We will get onto score predictions in just a moment. M. Collingwood's going for a 10 for 10 Hag is getting sacked today. Ionix is saying a 7. I haven't actually heard the Highlander soundtrack, although now I've come to think of it a bit more, probably Radio Gaga. Probably, although there are a lot of great Queen songs, but probably Radio Gaga. You got a 3, you got a 10, you got a 5. There you go. Spooky Duke saying it has to be Radio Gaga. There you go. 5. Just Matt is gone for a. We're going to round it down and say a 5. Just Matt is gone for a 5.1029483747376289999 3747473839393, etc. I did one line. 5, 7, 7, 10, 3-0. Don't stop me now again. See what I mean? Another absolute classic. 1-0 says Arsenal for life. Break free, another great one. Under pressure is up there for me as well. 5, spam for Israel Joy. Spam's just underrated, man. Yeah, there you go. Under pressure, Moyes' favourite. Probably, well, he seems a little bit under it, you know what I mean? But I think so. I think relatively the confidence levels are all over the shop, and that's kind of what I would expect for today, if we're being honest about it. That's kind of what I would expect. Happy sitting on the fence with a 5. You got, listen, that's kind of where I'm at as well. That's kind of where I'm at as well, because it is so difficult to tell. Is it gonna? It just really depends on how we turn up. I think we have the 11 on the pitch to beat Manchester United. We don't have much on the bench, but we have the 11 to beat them. It's just about whether or not we actually turn up or not, and that is a very, very difficult question to answer. It seems to change every so often. The teams are getting ready to come out. They zoomed in on David Moyes' back weirdly there. They are in the tunnel. It's going to be an interesting one. And at this point, seeing as we've spoken about the teams, we've spoken about the starting lineups, we've spoken about Queen's discography, we've spoken about it from lots of different angles, it's time to get on the fence. No more flipping, no more flopping, no more sitting on the fence. Let's get those final score predictions in, and we will lock them in. Oh, twisted my funny bone on that arm. Jolt went up it. That was not fun. Let's get those final score predictions in as the two teams walk out. And as you do that, I'll remind you to subscribe. We are the most consistent West Ham fan channel when it comes to watch-alongs over the last couple of years. We've barely missed any. We've been here almost every single game without fail. This season a little bit more iffy, but we have basically been here every single game without fail for the last couple of years. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because we're always here helping you find ways to watch the game, chatting about the game as it goes on, and all that good stuff. And make sure to, subscribe, because we have other stuff going on as well. Bell notification button means you don't miss any of it, because not only will we have the review straight after this, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m, we will be going live with our Mine and Gio's new series, where we sort of debrief the next morning after the match, talk about, comments in the press conference and our feelings on the game and all of that stuff. That happens at 9 a.m. every day after a match, and that'll be there, along with all the other stuff going on. Just because it's Christmas doesn't mean there's no videos going up. Of course, me and Jay will be doing our regular Christmas live stream at some point on Christmas Day. Don't know what time yet, but at some point on Christmas Day, we will be going live just for a little short amount of time, just to have some fun with people, just in case. So make sure to subscribe and like the video. Helps us out massively. We're flying in the last one. Despite getting absolutely battered by Liverpool, we were absolutely flying with the likes. So, let's see what we can do this time. Let's have a look at some of these score predictions, shall we? Sybil is going with a 2-1. Happy's gone with 3-1, 3-1, 2-1, 1-0, 2-0. 3-0, 3-1, 2-2, 3-1, 2-2. 7 seeds of riot. I'm assuming that's confidence levels growing, but we'll take it. 3-2, 2-0, just did 2-2 on Patreon, but after seeing the lineup, 3-1 West Ham. Love that, Carl. Love the increased confidence levels, Carl, of course, talking about our prediction competitions. We do over on Patreon, patreon.com/HammersChat, link in description. 3-1, says Robert. Hello, you're right, bro. You're right. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're looking forward to a big Christmas. Ray last year, also 2-1 says Ray, had like too many people over for Christmas, and I was jealous because the food seemed big and plentiful, but the stress also seemed that. 2-1, 4-0, 5-0 says P. Gads, James Ward-Prowse hat-trick. When we finally do get that James Ward-Prowse free kick goal, the scenes are going to be epic. I'm very excited for it to happen. Is today the day? We'll find out. I, of course, have a timer in the top hand corner, which says exactly how far behind you I will be, because although I am watching legally on TNT Sports on the Discovery Plus, they haven't found the technology to make that in sync with the television yet. Don't know how, but they haven't. So I'll be slightly behind you if you are watching on that, but the timer will tell you exactly how far behind you. If you are looking for a way to watch the game, because there are ways you can do it, it's obviously on TNT Sports, like I said, and elsewhere around the world. You can look down in the description below. There's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Click on that. It's a lovely Hammers Chat West Ham community. Fans of all clubs are welcome, but more importantly, on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, there's a bit there called called Stream Links, in which you'll find what you're looking for. Bubbles playing in the background as the teams are out. The hands have been shaken. And it's time. Big game. The crumble boys. That's what I'm talking about, Jeff. That's what I'm talking about. Evans going 3-2, roasting with gravy. Rugi, by the way, I saw your messages literally this morning. I forgot to reply to them. I meant to reply to them. I did not know you could watch stuff in GTA. They must have updated this at some point. I haven't played GTA Online in a long time, to be fair. But I didn't know you could watch stuff like in GTA. So seeing me in that realm was very confusing. Not confusing, it just was what it was. But I meant to reply. I apologise, because I did see your message today. But I just completely forgot. Manchester United are going to be the team to kick off And we are underway. Deploy the boys. Deploy the Crimbo boys. It's time to run two things. Come on, you Irons. West Ham United versus Manchester United at the London Stadium. Yeah, me neither. I think it's going to bang. I think it's going to bang round. Very excited. I'm very excited. We hope so. We hope he will. We hope he will, Ido. We hope he will. Hope you're having a nice Christmas off. Thank you, Henry. I am. Today, I'm actually in London watching on TNT Sports legally. But if I suspect my fellow North Idaho resident, Dean, I mean, I've heard it's snowing. I haven't been not there today, but I've heard it's snowing. 4-2 to the mighty Irons. We'll take this. We'll take that. We did see after getting smashed last time, we had a strong reply. You know, we did come back fighting. Hopefully, we'll see that today. And part of me, as Man United are passing the ball around at the moment, part of me hopes that, you know, I do think this game suits us a little bit. Nice, get in there by Kudus, nips the ball off Garnacho. We end up playing it around. Mavropanos is the one who's going to be playing on the right of the back two. Kurt Zuma on the left, which is a terrifying prospect. I can't lie. Kurt Zuma, not the most agile of human beings. Playing on the wrong side is quite scary. But then again, maybe you put Mavropanos on the stronger side on his right because that's where he's going to be able to build up more effectively than switching him out on the left and sort of taking a bigger hit on your build up than necessary. Maybe, I don't know. I'd be interested to see how that affects the way we play, but yeah, Zuma is starting on the left. Nice control by Sofal. Could have played it forward. Decides to play it back to Thomas Souček. I think one of the other things, James Ward-Prowse is starting further forward, which is nice. Hopefully, that's something that continues throughout the game. Thomas Souček being the deeper one of the two. Because James Ward-Prowse further forward has just been absolutely... It's been a game changer for him, specifically. When he first joined, he was doing it and was brilliant. And now he's back to doing it again, which is strong. I hope this game plays into our hands. I feel like Manchester United, they equally aren't in form. They're going to want to push it. They're going to want to really get on this game. And I think I would be surprised if Ten Hag sets them up to sort of have a pop. But equally, I really hope they do sort of get a bit above themselves and try to step to us more and try to a little bit of misplay there by Paquetá. It was a nice idea to squat back out. Throw into Man United. Hopefully they try to overplay it and to step forward into that realm. Because that will only help play into our hands. As a team who are out of form, it would be really nice if they play into our hands in that sense. Because they equally are not a team out of form, and I don't think they're going to be perfectly good at doing that. And actually, I was talking to a family friend of mine, a family member of mine, who's a Manchester United fan, before the Liverpool game. I was talking to him about how he feels about Manchester United this season and stuff. And he's basically saying the same sort of stuff we all have. They're just not fit and firing. They just don't feel like it's clicked together. He wants to give Ten Hag time, but he's concerned it won't happen. And it's just a case of like, how long is this going to sort of carry on for? Poor pass from Johnny Evans out to Luke Shaw. We would have thrown off it. We could go 6th for Wednesday. It's true, Ben. I haven't actually looked at the table for a while. We take that. We take that. Darren, good to see you. Not wrong. Same, the same type of headset, but yes, a different one. No tape. Supplied by the wonderful people at Stuart Morris Accountants, the best accountants around in Ilford. If you're looking for someone to do accountancy, check them out. Run by West Ham fans. Lovely stuff. Emerson does well. Finds Kudus in a good area. Plays it out wide to Sufal. I tell you what, Garnacho does well to block that, forces Sufal into awkward position. He plays it back to Emerson, who's in the right corner quadrant. Cuts inside. He's going to have a shot here. Emerson hits it and forces a save from Onana. He runs after it and picks the ball up. No, this is Paquetá now on the ball. I thought that was Emerson who picked it back up. Steps on Garnacho, who's just afraid to go into him for obvious reasons. The cross deflects, headed away. There's a sea of white shirts and no one in the area. Nodded back towards goal from Mavropanos. Controlled down by Paquetá. Kudus is there. Tell you what, nice start. Played out wide to Sufal, wide on the right-hand side. Puts it into a very good area, but no one was there. Hooked away, shot from range from James Ward-Prowse goes over. Not a bad start at all. We take that. Emerson just doing bits, drifting in from the wide from the left-hand side, all the way across to the right. Playing some little passes with Sufal in that right corner quadrant, and then coming inside and screw it, just having a pop. Why not? Almost managed to wrong foot Onana, who palms it away. Close. Nicely done, though. I haven't. I haven't. Thank you, Ray. That's very kind of you to say. I haven't, but that's a lie. I've played about 2 hours. I'm meaning to get more into it over the Christmas period. I've taken next week off from all my other work apart from Hammer's Chat, and so I'm hoping to get a bit more into it. I'm playing for Fable 2 again at the moment, just because life. But my girlfriend has absolutely rinsed Baldur's Gate 3. She loves it. She absolutely loves it, and I really like what I've played. I just haven't played enough yet. But yeah, she absolutely rinses it. She's gone cry. I think she's finished it 3 or 4 times at this point. So A top lad, Gav. It is. I am streaming on it next week. It'll probably be the day after the Arsenal match, I suspect, is the current plan. We'll see. It might move around a bit, but given the time I've got off, next week I am planning to actually stream on that. A top lad. Man United building up okay from the back, but we're putting a little bit of pressure. We need to make sure that, like we saw against Liverpool and other teams, that we don't put nice defending there from Emerson, having a very good game so far. We have to make sure when we do try and push them in those deeper positions and press when they are passing around at the back, because they are pretty adept at doing it, that we don't go too far ahead. We don't make that gap too big and completely expose ourselves. Fewest players used in the Premier League this season, us, 22. Arsenal have used 23, Luton 23, Liverpool 23, Wolves 23, but we've used 22. Not surprising, but we basically only have that many players. I'll announce though. I'll announce on the watch along next week what time and what day I'm going to be streaming, and on my Twitter, which is also a top lad probably. No idea what I'm streaming yet, but still. Kudus doing well. Wins a throw, loses out on a throw in somehow, but he's doing well. They're taking on some people. I'm interested to see whether Mavropanos playing at right back and and Zuma playing at left back encourages us to get Kudus on the ball more. I mean, he's been really heavily influenced. In the last couple of games, like touches just getting significantly more than most people. So it'll be interesting to see if Mavropanos being there, him being a better ball player than Zuma, sort of encourages us to play down that right hand side more. It very much is. There's especially the opening with the snow, and it's just, dare I say it, cozy. Big boot across to the left hand side for Manchester United, doesn't work out. Soufal does well just to cut that one out of his head against Garnacho. Kudus decides to play it safely back to Areola. Opening 8 minutes, I'm really happy with so far. Can't lie. Thank you. We try, Ido. We try. But very kind of you to say. Oh. Speaking about running things, I forgot to put the names in the top corner. Big ball forward. Bounces around a little bit. Doesn't quite work out. Passing around dangerously there, Manchester United. Again, it ends up working out for them. The big boot does get cut out by Mavropanos, but the head tennis ensues and Manchester United come away with it. But just that little bit scared against us, given the fact that we can damage teams in those sort of areas. We've shown that when teams are playing it out from the back, if they aren't super comfortable doing it, Manchester United are pretty comfortable doing it, but if they aren't super comfortable doing it, we can make them pay for it. Dinked in towards the box. Mavropanos heads that one away. James Ward-Prowse just trying to get a foot onto it. Mainu ends up playing it to Luke Shaw. Now all the names are up there. Thank you very much. GP, Just Matt, Tom, and Schizo. Hope you're all well. Thank you. Massively appreciate it. I think this is the sort of game that suits Jared Bowen up front as well. Johnny Evans looking for a lofted ball for Højlund doesn't make sense. So sorry, it doesn't work out. I think it suits Jared Bowen, this kind of game. The centre back pairing, I don't know too much about Kimbala. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, didn't even know how to pronounce his name. Nice 1-2 from Manchester United for sure. The cross is deflected straight into the hands of Areola. it's not a bit. It's not like Liverpool where you're going up against Van Dijk and there's these big imposing centre backs who can just bully you very easily, especially when you're not a big strong player like Antonio is, and even he gets bullied regularly by them. I think this one works a little bit better in Jared Bowen's favour. And it should hopefully allow him to maybe drag him around a little bit, get a little bit more space for people like Kudus on the ball. We're passing it around at the back right now. They're doing well with the press, Manchester United, just chasing the ball down. Kudus, that was definitely a handball. Thank you very much. We'll take that. They're doing all right on the chase there, Manchester United. Something we're going to have to be careful of. I was speaking about them in the press, but I think pressing them, but I think we equally have to be just a little bit aware of that. Paquetá looking for the crossfield ball, puts it onto his weak foot. Lovely done to Sofal, who controls it down, lays it nicely to Mohamed Kudus, who's inside the box. Looks to try and find that left-footed cross. It's almost towards Paquetá, just about headed away from Wan-Bissaka. Anthony back to Wan-Bissaka, who controls it around Paquetá and out to Anthony. They're trying to play their way out of trouble, but there's a lot of claret shots there. Eventually, we give up on it, and they do well to just play it out of trouble. They did well there, Manchester United. It almost looked like they played themselves into a problem, but they managed to just about avoid it. And they worked their way forward. Playing it around amongst themselves on the left-hand side. Garnacho looking to stream forward. Alvarez does beautifully. Beautiful stuff by Edson Alvarez. Just kept up with Garnacho. He's so quick. Alvarez is deceptively fast. He's not rapid, but Garnacho there tried to sort of take him on, try to lure him into something, then, go up a gear and step out of it. But Edson Alvarez just followed him all the way. No way he was getting away for it. Hands behind the back and then easily just blocks it. You love to see it. We do have bells. There are definitely bells available. We have a whole new nest of them in the fridge, available if needed. Luke Shaw to take the corner, outswinger from the left-hand side. It's poor, very easily headed away from Jared Bowen there. Kudus trying to get there first, can't quite manage it. Looped back in towards the box from Fernandez, headed away from Emerson. Jared Bowen is finding himself deep on that left-hand side after the corner, trying to play his way out of trouble, loses out on the throw-in. He felt like it was odds. I don't know what happened there, but still. There were mixed reviews. I personally thought he sort of held his own, although as the game went on, it got worse, but he also got significantly more exposed. But I know that or at least it felt like I was in the minority. For example, Braw saying Mavropanos has been pretty dire since he joined IMO. We got ripped off. I hope he gets better. See, I disagree with Braw, but I can't act like Braw's the only person I've heard saying that. I've heard other people saying it. Yeah. It's difficult. It's an interesting one because it is one that sort of splits the fan base a little bit, and not in a way like Thomas Souček splits the fan base, but in a much more. I think Thomas Souček splits the fan base partly because he's seen as a bit of an effigy for Moyes kind of thing, but an avatar for David Moyes in a lot of ways. But I think Mavropanos splits the fan base just performance wise. I personally think he's done well. But again, I can't act like Braw is the only person who said that. I've heard many people saying it. So Manchester United trying to play through the lines wide onto that right-hand side. We're doing well just to sort of cover them off. Good interception there from Alvarez. They tried some quick switch passing in that deep area. It doesn't quite work out. That's got to be a foul, surely, but. We have the ball still. He's wave play on. Edson tried to play it to Kudus. Sufal collects it instead. Again, that's got to be a foul, no? What? That's not a foul. Okay. All right. Okay. Ridiculous that's not a foul, but sure. The referee almost laughing to himself that Sufal would even claim that was a foul. Sufal, don't get me wrong. He takes a heavy touch and he's away from it. Luke Shaw literally just pushes him over. Now, don't get me wrong. Sufal goes down easy. Like, Sufal is already going down before he's touched, but, like, is he meant to... Is there something else he's meant to do there? Because, I don't know. Feels like a foul to me. Listen, you hate to see it, Paul. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Well, maybe you don't. I don't know your situation, but in general, it seems like something you'd hate to see. I think that's a fair point. I think that's a fair point, Topher. I would say just it's that calmness that Fabianski brings that I really like. I think both him and Areola have plus points of their own and negatives of their own, but that's one of the things that I think he brings. It's just the calmness, and that helps Mavropanos, and I think it helps Agerd as well. Long ball looking for Højlund, easily collected there from us. Emerson and Souček linking up to stop that one, and we actually win a free kick. Imagine that. We actually win a free kick. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just taking our time, passing the ball around at the moment. Again, going a lot from Mavropanos. It's not a bad idea. It's worked out for us as well. Jarrod Bowen just outside the area, hits it, can't quite get his foot, can't get the connection properly on it. It ends up dribbling out wide. I don't think it took a deflection off a Manchester United player either. Unfortunate. Mavropanos just looked up there, literally pointed where he was going to do it, put in a brilliant ball towards James Ward-Prowse, who just manages to... Well, he didn't. He just went a little bit over him, and Wan-Bissaka, I thought it was James Ward-Prowse with the touch originally, but Wan-Bissaka's touch lands at the foot of Jarrod Bowen, who just completely mishits it as the shot on just outside the area. Four shots from us so far today in the opening 17 minutes of this game. Not a single one from Manchester United yet. The new graphics package from TNT, though. Interesting. Quite like it. So it's not super legible. It is in certain ways. The number 4 is not legible at all, but an interesting graphics package. Kudus looking to try and win that friend. Doesn't get it again. Throw quickly back to Johnny Evans. Manchester United not doing too much yet. Passing it around, sort of. Passing's not been too bad, and they've dealt well with pressure. Anthony there with a nice little flick around the back, for example. Or was that Bruno Fernandes? No, Fernandes was charging from the middle. It was Anthony. But like I say, no shots as of yet. Anthony with an awful pass. Thank you very much. We'll be taking that one. Throw into us. Terrible stuff. See what I mean? Here's another interesting word. Suburban saying, like, quite a few mistakes leading to goals from Mavropanos, but no worse than Agerd in that regard. It's one of those things where I think it's an interesting one. I don't think it's beautiful from Paquetá. He's so good. Him and Emerson down this left-hand side are just beautiful. Emerson plays it forward to Jarrod Bowen. We'll take the throw in. But yeah, it's another example of like how it splits the fan base. I feel like realistically, if you're someone who's going to get on the ball more and pass more, you're just going to make more mistakes. Just because you're going to have more opportunities to make mistakes. But it's interesting. Alvarez, nice ball forward into Kudus, who charges into central position. Johnny Evans, Luke Shaw, Mainu, all on top of him at once, just couldn't find the space. And now Anthony tries to take on Emerson and loses. Emerson is having a very good game. Another sliding challenge, just nipping the ball away as clean as you like. X-Tal, good to see you. I think it's going well. HDU says it. Like the video if you want to win. Come on now. That's going to work. Let's do it. That's the new bell. That's the new bell meta. Liking the video. Unearned like spikes. Yeah, I think it's going well, X-Tal. Is it Tau or Tai? Tau. We're doing all right. Don't get me wrong, it's not the best start I've ever seen from West Ham, but it's certainly not a bad start. Yeah. Camboala, is that how you pronounce it? Okay. Johnny Evans strides into midfield. No real pressure on him there. Edson Alvarez begins the press by himself. He's prone to a bit of Robert Snodgrass, is Edson. I can't lie. He is prone to a bit of the old Robert Snodgrass headless charging press. Nicely intercepted from us there. Kudus, just the ball, couldn't quite get it out of his feet, and Manchester United win it back way too easy. It was nicely won back from us before then. Anthony cuts in from the right-hand side, looking short to Bruno Fernandes, plays it into Højlund. Good interception from us there. And Zuma just says, no, good work. Very good work. You reckon? You reckon? We've been linked to him before, and obviously Dallo is the first choice for them now. And again, the Manchester United fan in my family who I was talking to was very complimentary of Dallo at the moment. It wouldn't surprise me if Wan-Bissaka looked to leave. It wouldn't surprise me, and if he were, it wouldn't surprise me if we were being linked, if we're being honest. James Ward-Prowse lays it short into Sofal, who was very central and very far forward. A little bit of awkward play from us, forces it backwards, but Edson Alvarez just splitting the centre-backs, getting involved in that build-up play, just allowing us to be a little bit calmer in that realm. Nice ball over the top from Mohamed Kudus. Control first time's nice, pulls it. The pullback isn't great, and there is an offside in the end, I think, probably for Kudus. Wasn't bad. I'll say this very quickly because I see people talking about other fan channels and stuff in the chat. I'll say this. Everyone is allowed to not like fan channels or like certain fan channels, right? For example, people say they hate me. This was something that came up in the comments of a video recently, right? The Liverpool after show. There were a couple of people very, very against me, right? And that's totally fine. That's completely okay. It's when it gets into argument territory that it becomes okay, right? So, for example, if someone says they don't like a certain fan channel or whatever, that's okay. That's fine. People will have their opinions or whatever. But like, don't let it get into some sort of argument territory. Okay, just try not to like step over the line, because I don't want it to be a situation where we will start having arguments, especially over like, you know, certain people like certain styles of delivery. Like I say, a lot of people don't like me, for example. Just is the way it is, you know. So let's just try not to let it get into that stage. It hasn't yet. I want to be clear. Good work from Mavropanos there, just stopping Fernandes from coming over. Like I say, I just want to be clear. It hasn't yet. It hasn't got into that territory yet. But I'm just saying it before it gets into those territories. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone has fan channels they like. Everyone has fan channels maybe they don't like. Some people hate other opposition fan channels, for example. I know a lot of people hate, for example, AFTV, for example. I like AFTV, you know? There's all of these bits and pieces that, so just don't try and let it get into an argument territory, because I don't want that to happen. I don't want the chat to be turning into that. Fluffy, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yeah, the whole atmosphere is just quite flat at the moment. I think there's not unsurprisingly, I think there's a sort of a tentativeness after everything that's happening. No, like I say, I was just saying it before it got to that stage. Before it got to that stage, I just didn't want it to tumble into that stage, because it goes so quickly from people just saying things into argument territory, and I often don't intervene until it's in argument territory. It's just, I didn't want it to get there. Do you know what I mean? I had an opportunity to cut it off at the pass because I understood it here. Do you know what I mean? Because I saw it, whereas usually I miss it. Yeah, I think there's a tentativeness to the crowd, as there was with the predictions, you know, before the game, and the confidence levels. Nice little flick to Emerson. Can't quite get it in. Deflects. It's going to be a corner. We'll take it. And it doesn't help, like, we've started well, but it's not a blistering start. Equally, I don't think they've started that great. It's sort of in a sort of, you know, it's in a sort of malaise thing. So I understand. Crowd's starting to come on your eyes now as we get our first corner of the game. James Ward-Prowse obviously stepping over to take it. It is going to be an in-swinger, and almost certainly to that near post. Expect it, and it shall come. James Ward-Prowse to whip it in to that near post, and it doesn't work. Shock. But yeah, just to be clear, I know there was no arguments. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't saying there was. I was just trying to say before it gets to that stage, because I don't usually get the opportunity to sort of say this before it happens. You know what I mean? Frostflyer, good to see you. Hope you're well. I feel that way as well. I feel like it's doing okay. I feel like we're doing okay. It's sort of not quite knocking on the door, but certainly we're looking confident in the way we're playing. Maybe a little bit too overconfident with our back pass. It's fine. Ariola ends up playing it forward. His long balls lack a little bit, but that's not badly done. Thomas Suchek gets a foot in. Can Paquetá get there to stop it? Can't quite. It's going to be a friend to Manchester United. Close though. To be fair, it wasn't. To be fair to the person, it wasn't hate. They just had some very frank words about some things I said. Which I was fine with. I don't have a problem with people saying anything about me. If I'm being honest, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not really fussed. If there's a way I can respond, I will. But realistically, yeah, who matters? But then people ended up having an argument underneath about the things that they said about me. It just ended up into an argument. You know what I mean? Those things happen. But yeah, my point is, some people like certain things, some people don't like other things. It's just not. It's just not deep in it. Big ball over the top. Mavropanos as well there. Nicely done. Loses out the ball a little bit too soon to Anthony, but thankfully we get the ball back and can come forward. James Ward-Prowse, nice flick out wide to Paquetá. First flick, a little behind to Emerson. Johnny Evans, a little bit miscommunication between himself and Onana there. And Thomas Suchek does well just to bully that one back to our possession. Let's go. Passing it about. Kudus plays it wide to Edson. So foul. And that's not a bad ball in. Suchek was there. Johnny Evans ends up getting his head to it. It's going to be a corner. Or did Luke Shaw? No, somehow Luke Shaw managed to keep that in. I think everyone felt like it was a corner apart from Luke Shaw. And it's going to be a throw into us. Okay, that's fine. I'm thinking back to that the cake sketch. I say sketch, I don't know what you want to call it. Brass eye. So check. By the way, someone in the live chat at the sort of build up said, "How long is it going to be before Suchek gets starts bleeding or whatever?" The game has stopped because Thomas Suchek has a cut on his head. Shock. But thank you for the compliment, Fluffy. Thank you. I'll say this. I think this is what I mean. I think everyone has different opinions on different fan channels, right? Some people like certain ones, some people don't like certain ones. Like for example, with Clarence Booze and Nick and Nick, Gary and Virgil. I've been on their channel twice. You know, I've known them for a long time. Gary's been on my Patreon show when me and Ray were doing it. Mine and Ray's Patreon show. A little clash of heads there with some Suchek clashing into the back of Emerson. That's where the bleedings come from. He's just being seen to. He seems to be fine. He said he was so fine, but it's just one of those things. Like I personally don't really have any problems with any fan channels that much, to be honest with you. But it was definitely not in a problem. It definitely wasn't in problem territory. It was just I just wanted to make sure we didn't tip over it to problem territory. Thank you. Is that yes. One of my favorite things of that show, outside of people are afraid of technology, which is still to this day, whenever I see that, it makes me just cackle. It's such a stupid joke, but it's so good. Also, other brass eye things, that bit with David Sullivan, wild. Anyway, wild. He's like Homer in The Simpsons, you know. Just bam, bam, boff, boff. Just wait until they just can't stop him. He's impossible to stop. Game is back underway. Half an hour gone, Manchester United playing it around. Yeah, a decent start from us. Not electric. Not electric, not anything too deep. But, you know, we've been the better of the two teams. The crowd are becoming very, very, very frustrated by the fact that Thomas Tuchel wasn't allowed back on the pitch there. But yeah, not the fastest, most insane electric start you've ever seen, but a decent start. We've certainly been a better team. They haven't really been able to do anything yet. This certainly feels like two teams who are not super in form. Garnacho complaining a little bit. Kudus just giving him some words. Garnacho ignoring him. But yeah, Manchester United we've nullified them relatively well, and they don't seem to have too much right now. We'll see how this develops, but so far it's our game. You know? Tried to cut that one out, doesn't quite work. Garnacho comes into the box, little step over, tries to cross it with his left foot straight into the hands of Areola. Fluffy, thank you. I'm happy with it. Personally, I was happy with it. Like I say, I think it's pretty close to our strongest starting 11 possible, right? The only real things you could make an argument for, you could make an argument around Fabianski or Areola. You could make an argument. I think Aged would go straight into the starting 11 for me. I think if the strongest 11 would be Zuma and Aged, although some people would argue for Mavropanos anyway. And obviously, I know people would have an argument about Thomas Tuchel. I personally wouldn't. So I'm very happy with it. For me, it's as close to strongest it would be. But as I said, it's just about turning up. And so far, we sort of have turned up. We don't feel like we're. This isn't like other performances we've had where we've had this 11 and it's just gone awfully. You know. Fernandez finds Anthony, long shot straight into the hands of Areola. We'll take that. But yeah, it's not. There you go. Name's really appreciated. Helps us out massively. Helps us out a huge amount. Yeah, I'm happy with it, and we're sort of doing okay. We've not started badly. We've seen much better. We've seen better starts, but we've seen a lot of significantly worse starts than this. Running the game without scoring. Yeah, exactly. That's how I would say it, Artel. That's exactly how I would say it so far. Jared Bowen goes down. Free kick to us almost on the halfway line. By Camboala. He does. He very much does. He's just a machine, that guy. He's just an absolute machine. I think as much as I think even people who don't like Thomas Souček would respect just the blood that he puts. My man puts everything on the line. It's going to be a free kick. James Ward-Prowse to take. Lofts it in. Somehow that's a foul. Okay, right, sure. Okay, well, fine. Okay. We're doing an interesting little free kick routine there. Paquetá was standing about a mile offside. Oh, cut to Joe Cole with slightly wonky headphones on. Big Mike talking about Luke Shaw. You'll have to see. He described it as a flat game as well. Again, the crowd getting restless here as Manchester United try to pass it around at the back. Ending up pressing, forcing him to go long. Kudus managed to win the ball back, but he had no options. And he's just tried to full reach. This is a great opportunity for Manchester United. Garnacho! And he fluffs his lines. That had to be one. That was a huge opportunity for Manchester United. And Garnacho has completely fluffed his lines. Kudus forced to sort of get into it, gets the touch and is trying desperately to keep possession of the ball, and then just hits a hopeful pass to someone, anyone, and it completely misses everyone. Manchester United can capitalise. I think it's Anthony who comes in on the right-hand side, controls it, lays it short to Garnacho, who was in space, 1v1 versus Areola, and just could not get it out of his feet at all. Completely fluffs his lines, by far the best chance of the game, and Garnacho has completely and utterly fluffed it. Huge moment. And Kudus's pass was completely blind. It was just, he just literally was trying to get it, trying to keep possession of the ball, trying to hopefully just play it towards sort of Zuma-ish, Emerson-ish, but was nowhere near any of them. Manchester United coming forward once again now, out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Feels a little bit different just because of their previous opportunity, but whether or not it actually ends up in something different is a different story. Anthony getting some time and space in and around that area, but stopped out, and now Kudus can come flying forward. This is a really good opportunity. Jarrod Bowen, not quite on his bike, finds him instead. Kudus is there. So foul on the wide side. Jarrod Bowen, he's up against Kwambala, pulls it across. Ooh, Johnny Evans does well there. Mohamed Kudus was there. We're going to win a corner. Nice counter. Very nice counter. We haven't done too many exciting counters. We haven't really been given the opportunity to too much, and that was nice. Kudus just skips past his first man, plays it out to Jarrod Bowen, who was asking for it a little bit deeper. He maybe could have stretched the play a little bit, given him a bit of space, but he collects the ball, forces him wide, and the cross-in wasn't bad. It was aimed directly at Kudus, who was arriving. And it's a good block from Johnny Evans in the end, who was necessary because Kudus was lurking and could have very easily finished that one. It's going to be a corner to us. Unfortunately, it is going to be on our left-hand side, their right-hand side. So it is going to be a James Ward-Prowse in-swinger to the near post. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, but still. Potatoes out of time. Listen, one can only hope, HDU. Arriving at the back post, bang, or what's going to be in the near post, as per usual. Alvarez just pushing into Onana, very Kevin Nolan style. It was... I got excited because okay. Free kick. I'm so bored of this referee. He's just not letting the game play at all. There's so many fouls going, mostly for Manchester United, but so many needless fouls I just don't understand. Really not letting the game flow at all. It's really frustrating to watch. Edson was doing the old Kevin Nolan on Onana there. Just leaning back into him, looking at that Garnacho chance. Yeah, his touch is crap, and he just... That's such a poor from Garnacho. I think we probably could have done better. We ended up creating something out of it, so I'm not too angry, but I do think we probably could have done better from it. Honestly, I don't understand. Mr. Pardew, good to see you, my mentor. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Again, they're passing it around at the back. They're going to want, listen, let's be real, they're going to want us to come in when they're passing it around at the back. Part of it is them wanting to drag us out of our positions, but we've had some luck. We've done some good stuff with the, again, there you go. Ends up being played long, and Mavropanos just easily just bullies Højlund to the floor there with a header. Anthony wins it back. Oh my god, Mavropanos has fluffed it a little bit. Garnacho's through again here. Edson Alvarez. Oh, it was Lucas Paquetá. Absolutely beautiful from Lucas Paquetá. Coming flying back. Paquetá, who I think was the one who lost the ball way too easily, and he charges back trying to block it. Garnacho, it was a much more difficult position from him, and he tries to play the ball across. Instead of going for shot, he tries to pull it across, which I think there was, to be fair, Mavropanos and Zuma both there to stop him, but Lucas Paquetá is flying in with a slide tackle. It's going to be a corner. We might have actually dealt with it better if it didn't go out, but it was a good block, and I'm not going to complain. Good work after losing out. After losing out the ball like that, it was good work. Game opening up a little bit more now for both sides. Bruno Fernandes takes the corner short to Luke Shaw. Back to Bruno Fernandes, who's shaping. Looking for a 1-2. Soufal cuts it out, but the pass only ends as far as Garnacho's shot gets blocked. Another shot straight... I was going to say straight into the hands of Areola, who fumbles it, and it goes out for a corner unnecessarily. The shot from Mainu wasn't particularly dangerous or scary. He just sort of fluffs it. Scott McTominay went for a flick, completely missed it. Maybe he sees it late is the only thing I can say, but it's going to be a corner regardless. Game opening up a little bit for both teams. Game opening up a little bit. Hey, Vibes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Fernandez to take the corner again. This time, no, looks it into a good position. Garnacho doesn't really do anything with it. Going to be a throw into Manchester United. As the teams sort of open up a little bit more, Manchester United are gaining a little bit more joy as we are a little bit less organised than we were. But then again, the counter-attack, like we've seen, they're opening up as well. That's not a bad ball into the box, headed away from Sufal. So many white shirts in the centre there. I somehow managed to avoid all of them. Kudus just hooks it away behind himself and Luke Shaw collects it. Like I say, with that opening up just that little bit more for the counter-attack, we saw just a minute ago that we could, just that little bit different from us and we could have scored there. But it has to be said that Manchester United are getting a tiny bit more joy as this happens. First real joy they've had the entire half. They've had basically nothing the entire half. Fernandez, awkward pass and touch there. Equally so from us. Paquetá controls it after a bit of head tennis. That's a good tackle from Wan-Bissaka. Kouambala goes down very spectacularly. Højlund plays it out wide to Anthony. There's one of the Manchester United players down. They're still trying to play through the lines. Referee! Referee's not... Referee, please! Sorry, the camera flipped there. The flipping... Bruno Fernandes was down the entire Manchester United play there. And Manchester United very happy to just carry on playing. They're trying to get forward. They're trying to do stuff. They're still trying to play, which is the important bit for me, is that they're still trying to play. Like, I'm not going to say Fernandes is down wrong or not. He's down. That's fine. Whatever. He's down. But what's frustrating is they try to carry on. Anthony comes into the box, dribbles around, takes a shot, whatever. Their play doesn't work out. Then we get to play the ball out. Good opportunity for a counter-attack. And that's when the referee stops it. Which is just so frustrating. And again, it's just not helping us. We want to be, if we're good on the counter-attack. You just saw we really only had one opportunity. It's counter-attack. And we created a good opportunity from it. And we haven't been able to do it so often because this referee is just blowing up for such random stuff. It's ruining the flow for us. And it's really, it's difficult to deal with. Luke Shaw as well. Again, that's another free kick. And Kudus is going to get a yellow card at this point. How many free kicks have been given in this game so far, by the way? It feels like an insane amount. Kudus picks up a yellow. But is it here? Where is it? Corners dispossessed. Can't see. Commentators in my ear just talking about the fact we haven't been able to counter enough. They're talking about how flat the crowd is as well. It's just not happening right so far, is it? It's a good opportunity for Manchester United. Played a Ooh. That was slightly scary. It ends up going out for a goal kick, but slightly scary moment. Wan-Bissaka with the little dummy is smart and it's played across, and it's not a bad cross from Anthony. He puts it into that corridor of uncertainty. Pardon me, that corridor of uncertainty where a single touch is dangerous, and all of our centre backs decide to leave it. Højlund is shocked, and then Garnacho comes across, hits it, and goes out for a goal kick. Scary, scary. Jarrod Bowen, he's going to get a free kick taken against him there. You knew the second, I think it was Johnny Evans, the second Johnny Evans went down, that was going to be a free kick. You just knew. I mean, I think Jarrod Bowen's showing signs of frustration, just like we all are there. Ball sort of comes towards him and he's like shaking, and Johnny Evans ends up going down, and somehow that's a free kick against Jarrod Bowen. It looked like it was it looked like Johnny Evans was holding him. I might be wrong. We're obviously quite far away and I wasn't a zoomed in replay or anything, but He is. He's sort of in that no man's land position that we always have, the number 10. Doesn't matter whether it's Suchek there, doesn't matter whether it's him there, doesn't matter whether it's someone else playing there. He's in that no man's land position. And given the fact we're struggling to do anything, he's sort of asked to just sort of run around. And another free kick given? I don't usually mention referees. I really don't. Because whatever, it's a difficult job. I know referees. It's a very hard job. Someone I know who was a professional referee for rugby and for football. I was talking to him once about just being a referee and what was going on as a ref and stuff. And one of his things he said about referees was that they're very how would I word it? He used a less nice word for sticklers for the rules. Yeah, this referee is one of those. He's crap. Every single tiny thing is getting pulled up, and it's just completely ruining the flow of the game. Completely ruining the flow of the game. So far, tries to nod it forward. Kudus does really well there. That's nicely done. Takes on his man, beats him. Johnny Evans does well to cover him. And it's going to be a throw in to us. Johnny Evans, shut up. He's asking for a throw in. Frankly, shut up. I'm not. And now he's getting a yellow card for dissent. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. I'll call bull crap on our ones. I'll bull crap on theirs. How he's getting a yellow card for dissent, I'll never know. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was dissent, but that was what is going on. Yeah, I was trying to look. I couldn't see it either. Yeah. It's going to be a sort of deep corner for us. Free kick on the touchline. Probably about 25 yards away from the corner flag. Kudus is there, but you suspect it to be Ward-Prowse. It is. He puts it in towards the back. Thomas Suchek gets his head onto it. Would have taken a lot. One more minute of the 3 of stoppage time to go. Referee is having an absolute shocker. An absolute shocker. It doesn't feel like either team's home. It's a crap atmosphere. It's a crap atmosphere so far. No, this is not me blaming the fans. There's not a huge amount. Like I say, there was obviously a lot of trepidation going into the game, and we've not had too much to get hyped about. I think we've still been the better of the two teams on overall, but yeah, the atmosphere is notably absent today. Another free kick. Another free kick. What's on average? How often do referees give away free kicks in the Premier League? Because this feels like it's so much higher than anything else. I might be wrong. John, chill out. My G. I don't mind. I don't mind people having disagreements or whatever, but let's not get personal about it. Do you know what I mean? Half-time whistle. To basically no reception whatsoever. Yeah. It's difficult to talk about that half a little bit because I think on reflection, I think overall we were the better of the two teams. I do think that's true. However, it was also a very boring half. There was also not much going on whatsoever. I think if Gio was coming on at halftime at this moment, he'd be like bored. And I don't think that's necessarily incorrect. I think we have been the better of the two teams. I think we've done relatively well. I think the last 10 minutes or so have been Manchester United. As the game opened up a little bit, that certainly favoured Manchester United a lot more than it favoured us. Before that moment, when the game was boring and pretty dead, we were the only team who looked even close to scoring, and even then it wasn't really happening. They had a couple of very notable chances. Garnacho's one where he just absolutely fluffs his lines. Can't get the ball out from underneath his feet because he takes a really weird touch, and then obviously it goes. The ball ends up straight in the hands of Areola. Like, outside of that, we look like a team who are much more likely to score. Still, it just wasn't the one. It just wasn't the one. We haven't really been able to counterattack at all. That usual counterattacking ability we have it just is completely nullified. Like, we haven't been able to play with any sort of flow or consistency to it. And part of that's because we have been in control and because we were in charge of the game, that we aren't able to do our usual, here's our blistering quick counterattacks, that just haven't existed for us. And that's something that we utilize really strongly. Our best chance of the game came from one of those counterattacks. And that's twofold. One reason is that, you know, the ref has been crap, like has been absolutely crap. I mean, he's stopping so often. It feel, and like I say, I really wonder. I wonder whether it's just in my head, but it certainly feels like every little tiny thing, sometimes things I don't even know what the hell the foul is being picked up on and stopped. Slightly more in their favour, but I'm not going to start accusing him of bias. I'm just accusing him of being crap, if I'm being honest about it. And the other half is we've been slightly more in control of the game than we would want, and that's not really playing into our hands. That's not really playing into our hands. We are we're a team with Bowen and Kudus. We're a team who can counterattack incredibly well. Paquetá finding those long searching through balls, dragging their players out of position and then pinging them across. Emerson flying forward. We're a really strong counterattacking team. Whereas in control of the ball, we're obviously a lot less in control. And it feels a lot like one of those games where we would face a lesser team. This doesn't feel like West Ham versus a top 6 team, right? This feels like one of those games where we place a lesser side and we just don't really have what it takes to break them down. Like I say, I think we were the better of the two teams for the majority of that half of 35 minutes. And so in totality, I would say we were the better of the two teams. But it's been notable that we've had one opportunity to create a good chance in which we didn't quite create that chance. And they have had, I think, one absolutely killer chance, and you could make an argument for some others. They've had the better chances. But it felt like they were all coming in that sort of last 10-minute period where the game opened up a little bit. And hey, that enabled us. We found that counter-attacking opportunity, but it also meant that they were a lot more likely to get on the ball and get at us and find the space that they just weren't before. Ultimately, it's a very, very boring game of football. Just a very boring game of football. We have been fine, but not good enough. They have been poor, and it feels like 2 games out of it. It feels very much like 2 teams out of form. It really does have that feeling of just 2 teams out of form who don't really have what it takes to be good. And that's a shame because I think we'll see as the game plays out, but it does feel like Manchester United are there for the taking. I think when we have been a little bit more on the front foot and we have pressed them a little bit and we've forced them into playing it into awkward ways, we've done quite well of winning possession back quite consistently. We haven't won it as high. We haven't got any of those high turnovers that we'd really like, but a lot of the time it does end up going back to Onana booting it long and Mavropanos winning the header. That sort of has worked for us. We have to be careful of their ability on the counter-attack. We saw, with the Garnacho opportunity, when they win the ball up and they can play it through the lines very quickly, and they do have players with pace who can find those opportunities. We do need to be sort of reticent of that in the back of our minds when we do try to press these issues. But it does just feel like an intrinsically winnable game, which isn't something you say often when you face Manchester United, more often than you used to, but it's not something you feel like you would say often. This is a winnable fixture, and we just have to make sure. I just hope that at the end of the game, it doesn't feel like an opportunity wasted. Manchester United could come out and they could blitz us in the second half, and maybe I'll feel differently about it. But if this is how the second half ended, I would feel like it's a massive missed opportunity. It wouldn't feel like 1 point gained. It would feel like 2 dropped. And that's without them having the best chances of the half. You know what I mean? But how do you feel? Let's have a look. Because I'm interested. I can't lie. Subscribe, by the way, while you're here. We're of course the most consistent West Ham fan channel when it comes to watch-alongs that we're around. We've been doing them basically non-stop for the last 4 years. Just an insane amount of them. We've missed far fewer than anyone else has. Make sure to like the video while you're down there because it helps us out massively. And of course, we have the live match review straight after this match with Gonzo. He'll be live literally straight after the match. As well as all of our other videos, so make sure to check it out, as well as our 9 a.m. video tomorrow, which me and Gio do live together, so come get involved in that if you can. However, let's have a look. How absolutely boring. Yeah, basically. We gave up the cup for this. Like I say, I want to wait until the end before reacting too heavily about it, but Big M says, I don't know half their players and we're still getting cooked. Tired of watching us play negative to try not to lose every week. Just attack their crap back four and close goalkeeper. Disagree, but I can't act like the vibe isn't there. We have the better team, says Per. I would agree. Ref is a knob, says Sammy. I would agree. According to Opta-Stats, most of Manchester United possession was in their own half. It certainly felt that way, Rick. It certainly felt that way. They were sort of Moyes balling it. For a lot of the time, they were Moyes balling it, but just with a bit more when it comes forward. But there was definitely a little bit of that when both teams were the comfortable ones in possession, were passing it around a lot. You know, it was a very boring game, but it was they weren't really doing anything. When we tried to open up a little bit and they were coming at us, that's when the opportunities were being created. Moyes in his press conference recently getting the backs of supporters up. Yeah, he did do that. Which makes it not massively shocking when people bring up the atmosphere, which is notably crap today, or absent, I should say. Notably absent because there just is none. It's not entirely shocking in that sense. Maybe he might be able to get a reaction from players doing that, but he certainly isn't going to get the reaction he wants from a crowd doing it. We need to attack their right side. Shaw bossing their left. Yeah, Shaw's having a very strong game, and I think equally Emerson's having a very strong game as well. I think both left backs are doing well. I would agree with you. If there's one side of theirs which is weaker, it is definitely the right hand side. You want to be able to get. I really want to see Emerson getting further forward and getting in and around that area. Or if he's going to do something mad, he'll send someone off or give them a pen. He's itching for something to happen. My man is an absolute. It's just a nightmare. Moyes is playing for a draw. He'd love that. Moyes would celebrate a goalless draw. This is painful to watch yet again, says Mancunian Happer. I feel like Kudus should have blitzed Evans instead of passing to Bowen. Yeah, I feel like there was a problem in our attack there. I felt like there were several times where we could have done something slightly different, and maybe a team who are full of confidence and in form do something different in that area. I said as opposed to what we did, which was playing it to Bowen, which felt like the wrong option. Bowen wasn't pushing it more as much as I'd want him to before receiving the ball. He receives it, and look, the cross coming in is dangerous. It's a good cross. It puts it into a nice area, and they have to awkwardly clear it, and we win a corner. Unfortunately, it's a corner on the right, on our left, their right, which means we're going to in-swing it to the near post and fail, as we literally do every single time, which is insane given the fact we have James Ward-Prowse on the pitch. But yeah, I feel like that was a notable moment of a team out of form who could have made 3 or 4 other decisions that felt better, and we just didn't do it at all. Simon's sleeping, which I can't disrespect. Chuck saying it's so boring. I try to write to so yeah, sorry, it's right, Flowers. Usually I try to realize what people say as opposed to just reading it out too much, so don't worry. We will concede early in the second half, then be picked off again later, says Adrian. We'll see. They've been there for the taking since kickoff. They are below average and have been for years, says Dom. This is certainly not the Manchester United of old. We can't say it in any other real sense of the matter, for being honest about it. Moisasaurus disaster plan a real winner so far. Zed, says Artel. We sacrificed Thursday's game for this crap. I would rather played a strong team on Thursday. There to be one. Trying to keep the faith, says Ross. Steve saying he's ceased to get any enjoyment watching us these days. Daniel saying I'd be curious to see Kudus as a striker and Bowen on the right wing. Kudus is losing the battle to Shaw and is killing our attacks. Paquetá just needs to be quicker with the 1-2 passes down the left. James, do you know what, Daniel? That's an interesting idea. I felt like this was a just to finish off his forward, James Ward-Prowse has bought his set piece. Was bought for a set piece delivery. Need to see that today. Currently, it's not been amazing this match. I hate that. People who watch the watch-alongs will know. I despise that in swinging corner. But yeah, I think it's an interesting idea. I felt like Bowen would see more joy against the centre-backs today. I felt like it was a game that would suit him more. And I don't particularly like Kudus up front. I think it's just a waste of him for us. I want to see him getting on the ball in those deeper positions and being able to drive forward. But I don't necessarily think you're wrong. I think he is losing the battle to Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw is having a good game. I think Kudus is having a middling game. Good moments, bad moments. Notably for the Garnacho chance. Jesus Christ, losing the ball out like that. Bad moment. And so it might be an interesting idea to switch him around. Maybe Jared Bowen gets a bit more joy up against him, but it's just like we'd lose the effect of Kudus. Maybe it's a situation which we try and put us in a 10 position. Like maybe you take off James Ward-Prowse, who is in that sort of no man's land 10 position we often see we have. Maybe we put Kudus in that position because he's going to drop deep and be able to grab the ball and charge forward with it. He'll still get involved in the press. Maybe you move Jared Bowen out wide and then you bring on... I mean, personally, I would bring on Mubama up front, but obviously we know that's not going to happen. I don't know. It's difficult when you look at the bench, which I'll put along the bottom of the screen now. It's just difficult because there's not much on there really, is there, if we're being honest about it. Thank you, Dean. Massively appreciated. Dean knows. Dean's a smart guy. And an excellent DJ that you should follow on Dean R. Marshall Twitter. He's a smart guy. You should follow him. You know what I mean? Both in instructions and on Twitter. Everyone's getting a yellow card. Can move forward second half. Yeah, not incorrect, Bill. I'd love us to go at him. I'd love us to see him charge us at him. That would be good. Take advantage of these things, you know. Pointless having Cresswell, Ogbonna, Benny Ings on the bench when the under-21s have no games until mid-January. They have 3 youngsters playing. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, Cresswell's not going to get on the pitch. Ogbonna's not going to get... The thing is, I don't mind someone like Cresswell being on the bench because it gives you that option of a left-back, which we don't really have otherwise. Because I wouldn't really want to see Johnson playing there, and I definitely don't want to see Kara playing there. But ultimately, you have Kara and Johnson, so maybe I would think you'd put... there's a better balance that could be had there with youth players, but we know David Moyes does not like youth players inclusions at all. We know that. We've lived that enough to be able to see that, you know? Like watching a snail race, so much for rotation. You're not wrong with that description, can't lie. I'll still be fuming even if we win this game. A cup quarterfinal is more important than a mid-table Premier League ball, says Mancunian Happer. Yeah, I'll still be massively disappointed as well. Was encouraged with Emerson's early shot, then we just petered out. Yeah, we've just flattered to deceive. It's very annoying. Emerson, that early shot was really exciting, and in the early stage of the game, he was sort of roaming here, there, and everywhere, and picking up the ball in that right corner quadrant, cutting inside, taking shot. I was like, he's on one today, and I think Emerson's having a really good game, strong game defensively as well. I think even though he's not been getting forward as much as I want, I think defensively he's still having a good game. It's just that lack of anything for us, isn't it? Really, if we're being honest. Teams are starting to come out. Manchester United players coming out first. I will say this, if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification button and like the video. It helps us out massively. We would really, really appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Even if you're just here for half time, you're going to go off and watch the second half. We appreciate it. If you're sticking around for the second half, I personally would love that as well. Remember, Gonzo will be live with a full match review straight after the full-time whistle right here. I'll be spamming the link in chat and moving people over there as it happens. We'll be doing that. So make sure to come back for that if you are heading off. Otherwise, thank you for joining. Massively appreciate it. Second half is going to get underway in just a few moments' time. West Ham United 0, Manchester United 0. A big second half from anyone. This game is there for the winning for both sides, and personally, I think we could definitely do this. We can definitely do this. It just requires a little bit of something because they've not particularly been great, and we've not particularly been great. And we will be the team taking kickoff. No changes from either side, it seems. Referee checks both goalkeepers, and we're back underway. Deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 things. Come on, you irons. Big ball forward. Thomas Souček wins the header. And guess what? It's a foul, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, less than 10 seconds into the half. Already the first foul of the half. Bringing Yarmolenko. I wish. Listen, I know he had his detractors at West Ham, but I love the guy. And some of the goals he scored, brilliant. You know, if he didn't have that injury at the beginning of his time at us, what could have been with Yarmo? What could have been? Don't scare me like that, Nas. Do not scare me like that. Yeah, I think Rashford is notably the game changer for them, David. When you look at their bench, just very quickly, I'll bring it up before bringing up the two sides again. He's the notable game changer. They could change around their midfield if they wanted with Amrabat and Ericsson, and they have people like Palestrian, Hannibal, and stuff who can do stuff. But Rashford's the big game changer there, isn't he? Really, and something we just don't really have. Something we don't really have. Yeah, it's a big move. It's a large move. I don't know if someone was saying that, but I'm jealous. That was wild. I went away and I came back and there were just like so many super chats like Gio, have a pizza. Gio, have a pizza. It was absolutely mad. I don't even know if the pizza places around here are open, to be fair. Manchester United passing the ball around at the back. Slowly passing the ball around Manchester United. No real joy. End up going long. We instantly win the ball back. Nicely done. Jarrod Bowen has Kudus running on the outside of him. Has James Ward-Prowse on the inside. He finds Kudus on the outside, who has Soufal on the overlap. Ends up floating it across. James Ward-Prowse. Oh, the idea was there, but the execution wasn't great. The nod on from James Ward-Prowse. Paquetá, little nutmeg on Anthony. You'd love to see it. Then dribbles inside. Brilliantly done. Hits with his weak foot. Block from the defender. Does well. Good opportunity. Paquetá creating one by himself there. Again, little nice opportunity. We've got players forward. It ended up causing problems, but we have to be careful. It's Manchester United counter-attack. Mainu decides to turn them and play it forward calmly instead of going for the headless counter. We find the ball with Anthony wide on the right-hand side, plays it into McTominay. They look to try and play it across. Luke Shaw to dink it inwards. Does Fernandes, thankfully, is the header who gets on the end of it. High and over. I feel for him, but I also don't know why he's left out. You know, like in absence of like hearing that he's an awful trainer or something like that. Obviously, there was that long period of time where he was injured, and like I don't know why he gets left out. I feel for him without any knowledge of why that is, if you know what I mean. But yeah. Manchester United attempt to play the ball forward down that right-hand side with Anthony and Wan-Bissaka, but just blocked off nicely as we force them back. Luke Shaw picks up the ball wide on the left-hand side. Tries to step up through the gears, but it's easily intercepted by James Ward-Prowse, who plays it a little bit into trouble, but it ends up working out. We win a corner at the end of it, but a little bit scary. Believe, speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. That is crazy, and MOTR. What a stat this is. We'd be second in the league based on first half results, but have conceded more goals in the second half than any team outside of the bottom three. That is crazy. That is genuinely crazy. Areola, awkward pass forward as per usual with his long kicks that just aren't very good. We battle for it. McTominay just barges Thomas Souček off the ball. The atmosphere and the vibe has sort of carried on from the first half. It's very flat. Manchester United, the nowhere near as quick as they were at the end of that first half. They've sort of feel like they've gone a little bit back into that other role they had. Alvarez plays it forward, finds Mohamed Kudus, tries to turn on the afterburners, can't quite get away from his man. He's going to win a free kick though against Fernandes, who picks up a yellow. I would complain about it, but that one actually felt like a foul. That one did actually feel like a foul. Fernandes was just getting beat for pace. He couldn't catch up, drags him back, pushes him down to the floor, easy yellow card. And then I think he probably would have got away with it with no yellow if he didn't decide to react so heavily to the referee. And the second he reacted so heavily, that's an easy yellow. Yeah, I like I say, I don't know what's going on with him. Something, I think something probably has. I say clearly. If I'm being honest, like I don't blame David Moyes for leaving him out a lot of the time. I think almost every single time he came on last season after he came back from injury, it looked really exciting, and then it just slowly got worse and worse and worse for the rest of the season. Till at the end, there was no point bringing him on, but he was also only coming on for very short periods of time. This season, it's much of the same as carried on, apart from that one time he came on and got assists in the Europa League. And that felt like it might be the beginning of something different. But I can't really, I don't know, just something has to have happened, right? Something has to have happened. Is my Christmas tree doing the blinking thing? Paquetá, Emerson, wide down this left-hand side, trying to create a bit of space. Emerson does well there, just to bully the players off the ball and get possession. Paquetá goes down, free kick. There's one person I feel like should have been making the most out of this referee being a maniac. It's just Lucas Paquetá. What's he doing? Is he doing that one? It's not that one. Is it twinkling? Is it doing that one? That's what it is. Let's just do that. There we go. So I'm just playing with the Christmas tree. I have a remote for it, so I'm just playing with the lights on the Christmas tree. Going to be a free kick. James Ward-Prowse to whip it. I think that ball was in play for 2 seconds before it got pulled back for a free kick against us. You hate to see it. Yeah, you hate to see it. You really do. I think, don't get me wrong, I think it's a foul, but I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, it's because I don't know why TNT Sports Discovery Plus, like, I don't know why when you watch it online, it's so far behind the television, but it is. So, yeah. Played forward by Onana. Collected wide on the left-hand side by Luke Shaw. Just Jared Bowen at full stretch. Almost managed to nip that one out. Couldn't quite get there. Yeah, it does feel like... It feels like we're getting a few more people forward, but still not quite there, you know? Like, getting a little bit more, but... Yeah, still not there. Itchy nose. Itchy nose. McTominay gets the block. It's going to be a throw into us on the left-hand side, just on the halfway line. Marcus Rashford is going to make his way onto the pitch in a moment. Yeah, so that timer is exactly where I'm at watching it on Discovery Plus. On TNT Sports. Curtis does well there. Cuts inside McTominay. It's a good tackle. I tell you what, it's a strong tackle from McTominay. He come away with the ball, but he does well there. Paquetá, nice ball through to Jared Bowen, who we haven't really been able to get into the game too much. Short to Emerson, back to Jared Bowen. Nice little play there. Emerson's it through. Try to get the ball back. Doesn't quite make it work. It's going to be a corner. Couldn't quite find it there. Nice little 1-2 play. Jared Bowen getting some rare moments on the ball there. Nice through ball into Emerson, who tries to pull it back. Players arriving in and around. Could have maybe dinked it towards Thomas Suchek. Could have whatever. I've just realised it's going to be an in-swinging corner from James Ward-Prowse. Will it be to a different position? Or will it once again be to the near post? Something that we've done about 1,000,000 times and has worked once. Just put it into a more dangerous position, my G. Like, I know that's a danger. I know that's like a corridor of uncertainty, sort of danger position, but like, put it anywhere else, you know? It's gonna be the corner anyway. James Ward-Prowse in swinger, whipped in. Oh, he's gone somewhere else. Back post, header. Oh my God, we did something else and it was almost in. We did something else and it was almost in. Instead of putting it into that exact same position every single time, it went towards the back post, and Jarrod Bowen's there, battles for it. Gets his header, has to stoop down a little bit under a lot of pressure from Anthony. They're both grabbing each other, and Andre Onana palms it over the bar. We're going to get another corner from the exact same position. Will it be the in-swinger, or will it be something different? It's something different towards the back post this time. Coatzima can't quite get his head onto it. But it's completely mishits it, and it goes well over. Close, a very good save, Trini. A very good save. Jarrod Bowen does well there. He's being marked by Anthony, who just... He's grabbing his shirt. He's falling over. He can't do anything. And Jarrod Bowen just gets the better of him. Nice, solid header. And Onana is equal to it. So double... Is it a double change? So Højlund is off. Højlund is off. Marcus Rashford has come on in his position. I think we need a bell. Bell. Listen, they are available. They are available. Almost enough calls there. Yeah, it's a shame after that because it came to Kudus and I just think he just wasn't entirely ready from it and just couldn't quite get the control. Or I've now got shooting stars in my head. They're playing it around the back quite scarily here. Manchester United, oh, Jesus Christ. Johnny Evans, almost a known goal there. Jarrod Bowen, James Ward-Prowse battling for it well. That's got to be a throw in to us. Thank you. How that's not a throw in to us, I will never know. I will never know. There's been enough calls for bells where I'll put the poll in chat, but... Jesus Christ. How they haven't conceded that again. They just don't... As decent as they are on the ball, and they're not bad at playing out from the back. There is a poll in chat, by the way, for Bell. I'll give it until 59. As much as they are okay with it, they are prone to just overplaying it there, and that really almost managed to get in. Johnny Evans firing it at Onana from about 5 yards away, almost an own goal. McTominay plays it out wide as Manchester United look to build the ball forward now. Gets better from us. A little bit of danger there. Can we... Now we're deep in this position. Let's maybe just... Don't want to see us here, but we're here. Hold them off a little bit and then hit them on that break. They've committed a lot of people forward right now. They've only really got 3 at the back right now. Everyone else is in very advanced positions. If we can ping them on the counter-attack, that'd be good. Listen. If the poll passes, which we're coming to an end in a few seconds, we will be. 10 seconds left on the poll. Like I said, we've got a whole new net. They've got a festive wrapping on them. Manchester United playing it around, and we're slowly creeping out of that defensive block. They try to change it quickly, but Paquetá does very nicely up against Wan-Bissaka there. Although he loses out on the ball. Apparently that's not a free kick. Everything else seems to be. Anthony tries to find his way into the box, and Thomas Souček simply said no. How that wasn't a foul either, I'll never know, but somehow it wasn't. Anthony goes down his big boot forward. I don't know how it hasn't. The poll has ended. Let's get those final bell results. And are we belling? 81% say yes. Bell. Flashing lights. Let's go crazy. Right, let's stop that now. I'm going to go grab a bell at the next... Oh, well, I was going to say next end of play. There is it. There it is. Right, let's go grab that. Who's down? Alvarez. Hopefully he's okay, because Jesus Christ, that's... If Alvarez is injured and goes off, then we're in big trouble. But I'm going to grab a bell. Bell acquired a festive bell, a Christmas bell, as well. You'll love to see it. Hopefully Alvarez is okay. He seems to be moving more normally now. That's the bell. There you go. Jingle bells. Yes. Ring the bell. We're here. We're here. Alvarez seems to be up and moving okay, which is good. Unwrapping this. Now we're at the silent snack phase of the Bell experience. Here we go. Long throw from Vlad Sufal. Big balling. Emerson. Mavropanos looking for flicks on. Not really happening. And Manchester United can counter. This is a really good opportunity. Garnacho's on the ball. Edson Alvarez is charging back. He's been really good in these positions. I think he does it again. Come on, Alvarez. My guy. Brilliantly done. Just comes on 1v1 versus Garnacho. And like in the first half where he had a similar moment, just keeps up with him beautifully and then gets the block. Bell gone. Bell gone, ladies and gentlemen. Big. Onana standing still on the ball. He has the split centre-backs on either side of him. As Jared Bowen sort of just forces them into passing it around. He's not really trying to do much. He's just, pardon me, oh my god, I've got hiccups. I've consumed the bell too quickly. Slowly working our way forward. Manchester United. Very, 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 very slowly. Oh my god. It's science. That's how it goes, OG. That's how it goes, bro. You hate to see it. I would assume so. I don't actually know what baby bells are made of, but you'd assume so, right? Luke Shaw trying to find his way forward. Kudus as well, just to get his foot in. He tries to maybe try and overplay it. Ball into the box, nodded away from Kurt Zouma strongly, but Manchester United still have the ball just outside the area. Edson Alvarez tries to play it forward. Just hooked from Kudus with no real... Oh. Played a cross again. Block. Oh my god. Let's just try to do the breathing thing. I'm going to be silent for a second. It's going to be a corner, but I'm going to be silent for a second. It's a goal kick. It's not a corner. I mean, I'm not hiccuping anymore. Maybe it's too soon. We'll see how it plays out. I might have just solved the issue. Also, I wish I could. I love Edam. Edam's great. Best cheese. Underrated. Thrown forward from Emerson. Alvarez battling for it. Jared Bowen getting involved. I don't actually have any vinegar in the house, I don't think. I don't think we have any vinegar in the house. We have like white vinegar that we use for cleaning stuff, but I probably shouldn't consume any of it. Probably shouldn't consume any of that. No, never. No hooch. I'm a no hooch boy. You know? Scary. Manchester United again trying to slowly build up. We've got 25 minutes of the game here. The problem is Fernandez looking for a long shot, never happening. The problem here is we're in a situation where their sort of incredibly slow, boring build up is not really going to threaten us too much. We're good enough defensively to just look at them and go, no, not going to happen. The problem is we also don't seem to have any sort of attacking. We don't really have it going forward today enough to really be able to take advantage of it on the counter-attack. Paquetá has moved up front, interestingly, or he seems to be a lot more central than he was previously. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, if anyone can help Jack out, I know Dean usually has a link. Actually, I'll tell you what, Dean, if you DM me a link, I can DM it to Jack now. The North Idaho link that you're using. If it's working, that is. And I can DM it to Jack. Hope you're well, Jack, by the way. I don't know. I've seemed to have solved it, so I don't want to risk him coming back during a live stream. I can't lie. I don't want to risk him coming back during a live stream. You know. Cheers, Dean. Thank you. Whipped in from James Ward-Prowse. Mavropanos. It's like clashing. He's holding it down. Yeah, West Ham medics are going to go across and look at Mavropanos, who's still down. The referee's telling him not to come on. Listen, we can only hope for the best, bro. We can only hope for the best. That was a fun time for, you know. Just love talking on stream. Hiccups. Big clash of heads, I think. Each goes to header and it just connects to the back of, I think it was Mainu's head. He seems to be up and moving again, which is good. Sent you the stream, Jack, courtesy of Dean. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it, by the way. There are other messages. Oh, there are. I'll read them straight after this, Dean. I'll read them straight after this. Awkwardly play from Onana, then again. Yeah. Interestingly, Paquetá's moved into the middle. McTominay plays it out wide to Fernandez. That's a nice ball across to Luke Shaw, who pulls it across. Kurt Zouma, good defending. Good defending. Gets in there well. Gets in there nicely. Paquetá seems to have moved up front, which is interesting. We've seen it can work. Whether or not it does today is a different question. It's an interesting one. We just haven't had the attacking impetus really today. We've just not really found anywhere close to it. Awful corner. Jesus Christ. Awful corner. Cleared away quite calmly from Soufal. Whipped back into the box again, headed away. And hoofed. It was a normal cross. Just hooked away and straight bounces off Kudus into trouble again. Onana's on the ball. Jared Bowen's chasing him down. Put him under pressure now. Headless him. Headless charge Onana because he's losing confidence in this so far. So just headless charge him. Earlier in the game, he was a bit better at it. Now he's losing confidence. Just run directly at him with reckless abandon. The hook from Paquetá was a nice idea. It doesn't quite work out. But yeah, moving Paquetá up front is an interesting idea. I don't really know who's playing on the left. It looks to be James Ward-Prowse a little bit, which is a bit of a waste, and you'd suspect you'd have to take him off at some point soon. Because Kudus is definitely playing in the sort of 10 position, and Jared Bowen is moved out to the right. Or is Kudus playing on the left and James Ward-Prowse is in a deeper position? Can't really tell yet. It looks, no, James Ward-Prowse is definitely on the left. You'd imagine at some point we're going to have to take him off because James Ward-Prowse is, he's not really had the opportunity to do anything today, but he's done nothing. And on the left, he's horrendous. So big ball forward, looking for Bruno Fernandes. Can't work it out. Areola easily collects that. Yeah, it's a nice little pivot type thing that they've got. They can have going forward. And like I've said it before, Paquetá is probably, outside of Mikel Antonio, the best player we have for hold-up plays somehow. He is very good at that. Is there 4 sets or 3? 1, 2. Yeah, he's probably the best player at hold up play we have. So I'm not necessarily against him going in this online position. Up front positions, but yeah, we do need to. Raw Prowse needs to come off if he's going to be playing on the left. We just need to get anyone else in that position is better. You know what I mean? It's just not him. He's just not a left winger. 4 now would be my ideal, but you could get Ben Rama in there as well, I guess. Bowen, nice ball into Paquetá, who's dropped deep. Ball over the top of Bowen is nice. Jared Bowen, there, round. It's in. It's 1-1. Oh, sorry, it's 1-0. Jared Bowen with the goal. I don't know where I got 1-1 from. Jared Bowen scores a beautiful ball over the top. Lucas Paquetá drops into space from that number 9 position, drops in. Everyone else ahead of him plays it in. The flick over the top is beautiful, and Jared Bowen gets on the end of it. 1-0 West Ham. Jared Bowen, let's absolutely go. Manchester United were on the verge of making another change. I don't know if this is going to change it. And we'll obviously see. This is probably going to go. In fact, I'm going to hold off just until we get the confirmation that it's definitely in. Although it doesn't seem to be any reason it wouldn't happen. But I'm just scared that it's going to get pulled out for something. So Jared Bowen picks up the ball wide on the right-hand side from Soufal. Paquetá just completely in so much space. And then the ball over the top is beautiful. Jared Bowen, miles on side. I'll be honest with you, the initial shot isn't great. The dink from Paquetá, the 1-2 is absolutely beautiful. The control in the 6-yard box is nice. Onana gets a hand to it off the initial control, but it's straight into the path of Jared Bowen, who can bundle it into the back of the net. Look, it's not the best goal he's ever scored. It's not the most exciting, beautiful goal he's ever scored, but it could be massive. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 0, in a game where Manchester United, frankly, have flattered to deceive in an attacking manner. They had a couple of big opportunities, but outside of that, haven't really managed to do much else with it. And Jared Bowen gets the go-ahead goal. You absolutely love to see it. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Hype. Pelistri's come on. I need to change this because Pelistri's come on for Anthony as well. In the meantime, we look to go again. Paquetá finds Jared Bowen out wide. It's Paquetá just up front. Is he the man? Good to see you, Matt. Of course, member of Risky and the Ridicule, whose album Platinum Statue is out now. Go check it out if you haven't already. Come on now. Looking to try and cross it in. This is good from us. This is good. All of a sudden, we've come alive. There we go. Pelestri for Anthony. There we go. Yellow card for Lucas Paquetá for kicking the ball away. Lucas Paquetá is just... It's just... We belled. You just love it when a plan comes together. Lucas Paquetá in those advanced positions is just so good, man. He's just so good. Just given the time and space in that position to just drop deep, find the space, lovely 1-2. Look at that hold-up play he's got going on there. That's the difference, man. Jared Bowen is Jared Bowen joint second top goal scorer in the Premier this season. Is that what I've just seen on the graphic? Surely not. No? Yes? Is that what I've just seen? Mad. If true. Mad. What a guy. Bruno Fernandes, that's a nice ball. Looking for Marcus Rashford. Can he pull it across? He dummies Edson Alvarez, whose block was nice, and Kurt Zuma gets in there. Good work. Good work. Alvarez hooks it forward. Johnny Evans. He's already on a yellow there. Dives in on Paquetá. The crowd have woken up, to be fair, Linda. The crowd feel a lot more energetic right now. Paquetá doing really nice build-up play again. And Johnny Evans... I mean, don't get me wrong. Paquetá goes down quite emphatically, but... Johnny Evans pushing his luck a little bit. I have, I have now. I hadn't seen it on the Liverpool game. Now I have. I got sent it a couple of times. He said, was he not joint seconds? Him and Salah both had 11. I thought that's what I read, but I didn't see it quick enough, Joshua. I didn't see it quick enough. Leading English goal scorer as well. He's just I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Jarrod Bowen, he's pretty good. He's pretty flipping good. And there he is, picking up the ball once again. Again, look how effective he is on this right-hand side. He's come across, and all of a sudden, he's just an absolute nightmare for them. Fires it into... That's what I want. It doesn't quite work out. James Ward-Prowse is there. He's battling for it. Emerson's there. Hit it. Block. Jarrod Bowen moved out to this right-hand side and all of a sudden has become a complete nightmare. And there, he just smashes it at Onana. Don't get me wrong. It was the chances of it going in are slim, but Onana has lost his confidence today and it's next time just bombard him. Soufal's cross, poor, but it goes out. It's going to be a throw-in. We'll take it. We're doing so much better now. Paquetá moving up front once again has changed the way we go forward, and it is working for us right now. Like I say there, Jarrod Bowen, it's hitting it directly at Onana like that was unlikely to go in, but he looks so panicked right now, Onana. If you just start pinging it at him, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to palm it into dangerous positions. Long throw is awful. Look for Thomas Souček. It goes right over him, and it's going to be a goal kick. But let's just put him under pressure because he's not looking confident right now. Paquetá, it genuinely might be a situation where Paquetá has to start up front, you know? Overall, okay. Not brilliant. Kudus does really well there. 1-2 with Paquetá. Kudus controls it, cuts it to the outside. Maybe he's lost it. He hits it. Oh, he has a 2-0. 2-0 Mohamed Kudus in very, very quick succession. West Ham have gone from basically having nothing to moving Paquetá up front and changing the game, and it's another beautiful 1-2. Kudus plays it to Paquetá, who plays it back to Kudus, streaming through, and it looked like he'd gone a bit wide. It looked like he'd taken it too heavy onto his weak foot, and I was like, has he lost this one? But he slots it into the bottom corner. Mohamed Kudus. West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. You love to see it. Yeah, you just love to see it. There are things that you love to see, and I'll tell you what, that's one of them. Oh, yes. We need one very dangerously. Anyway, they're passing the ball around at the back, Manchester United, and he's just a heavy touch. Kudus nips in, grabs it. 1-2 with Paquetá quickly. And again, it looked like he just pulled it too far, but that finish is so nice. Mainu, who's just the iffy touch. And that's just brilliance of Paquetá, that ability to touch, one-touch passing, first-time passing. That he just is something that we don't have necessarily. And this isn't to dish Jarrod Bowen, because Jarrod Bowen is obviously a beautiful player in many, many aspects. But that one-touch passing, that Paquetá is just so much better than anyone else in our squad at doing. Just able to flick it into the path instantaneously. Come on. 2-0. Hughes with the $5. Thank you very much. Jarrod Bowen, Mo Kudus, Lucas Paquetá, the gifts that keep on giving. Merry Christmas to us all. Very much so. I mean, those three players specifically are just so good, aren't they? Just so good, man. There you go. Your name is now in the top corner, Hughes. It'll be here open soon. Thank you very much for the $5. Hugely appreciate it, my friend. Man. Yes. I said it earlier on in the season. I think it might do, Ray. I'm not certain, but someone said that in the chat earlier, so I think it might do. I think I said earlier in the season when Paquetá had some brief stints up front that he might have been the option. He might have been the solution for when Antonio wasn't fit. And I think we've seen the benefits of Jarrod Bowen, but yet again, he's moved up into that position. And maybe it's a case of it's only effective later on in the match when they're tired and when they're stretching for a goal. Maybe that's when it becomes super effective. But man, second game in a row, he's done it and he's creating the goals. And from one-touch passing as well, first-time passing, shot from Rashford from range way over. It's just good. It's just good. I can imagine. Listen, I got an out but love for Goldbridge. I got an out but love for Goldbridge. Paquetá, I'm looking at that through ball again for Kudus. He's just so good. He's just so good. The sooner Manchester City buy a player like him so they lose interest in him, the better. The sooner the better. Oh, but Newcastle still play. That makes sense. Okay. But mate, 6th right now. Let's go. Mate, 2-0 right now. Let's go. My family member who's a Manchester United fan, I'm seeing him tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Wild. Actually insane. Actually insane. Lucas Paquetá charging down after the ball. Manchester United calmly dealing with that one quite well. It's big because of Patreon. So like channel memberships weren't really that big of a thing when we started doing the Patreon in 2020. And so we went for the Patreon, and we just keep it simple by just having one thing. We've thought about it, and maybe in the future we would look into doing something, but we like the flexibility Patreon gives us. And we obviously wouldn't want people to double dip and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I agree. That would be amazing to have basically, you know what I mean? Have emojis and stuff like that. We do have that wonderful Bowen is on fire mug and design that Rebecca designed. That's on a bunch of different things. So, but yeah, it would be nice to have that sort of stuff. But it's just the decision we made when we started the Patreon, and we didn't want to make it too complicated for people, and we didn't want people to double dip by accident. And yeah. Garnacho. Oh, good work, Mapapano, stopping that one. It's gonna be an awkward. It's gonna be awkward. I can't wait. I can't wait. Manchester United playing it round at the back now. Trying to find their way down the left-hand side. Good block in once again from Mavropanos. It's going to be a free kick to us. Thank you very much. Bad, but listen, we take it. We take it. They're going to see some more changes, Manchester United. I don't even know if this team is fully up to date at this point, so I'm just going to take it off. Reguilon and Ericsson are going to come on. Camboala's coming off for Reguilon. So is Luke Shaw playing left back then? I would assume. Christian Eriksen is also going to come on. It's very kind of you, and you obviously you are very much you if anything super chat too often, which is very kind of you. But you know what I mean. Like I just, it's one of those things where like I do like the channel membership stuff. It's just the freedom that Patreon gave us at first, and we were also one of the first people to do it. Like there was no one who like I think John JPWHUTV. Check him out if you haven't. I think he had a Patreon before us. And that's it, I believe. I think we might have been the second. And like we were the first to we put like a lot into it. We like thought a lot about it. We did like a lot of different things. And so it was just the flexibility it gave us, and we stuck to it. And like I say, membership is something we've considered, but I don't know if we'll go for it. We'll see what happens. Susan, thank you very much for the £5. Much appreciated. Happy Christmas to all at Hammers Chat and everyone watching. Yes, thank you. Of course. Listen, lovely little Christmas treat for us here. Lovely little Christmas bonus for us all. You love to see it, huh? There you go. Susan, your name's in the thing now. Massively appreciated. Whatever you're doing, whether it's whether you're a Christmas person, whether you're a not Christmas person, whether you're a different religious person, whether you're, you know, whether you do like a Chinese on Christmas, whatever you're doing, have a beautiful, wonderful time, you know. enjoying the fact that it looks like we're going to come out with a win over Manchester United and at least for a short amount of time be in the top 6. Jarrod Bowen putting Luke Shaw under pressure again there. Yeah, Luke Shaw's taken up that left centre-back role with Reguilon at left-back. Played forward down that left-hand side. Thankfully, Thomas Souček easily in the right place to intercept that one. Soufal punts it forward. McTominay looking for that header down, and Paquetá trying to battle with Luke Shaw for it. Doesn't quite make it work. They try to take the throw in quickly, but it's going to be a sub. Pablo Fornals coming on for Jarrod Bowen. What a man! What a man! Jarrod Bowen. He's had a long day before the switch up of roles and the moving of positions. Had a long difficult day, and since that, he's just been forcing him into awful situations. Just electric on that right wing. What a man! Top English goal scorer. Third in the league for top goal scoring. He's just killing the game, isn't he? He's just absolutely killing the game. Yeah. Graham, what I often think is when you look at West Ham, it's not to apply any sort of logic because it never makes sense. You know what I mean? You just enjoy it. Just. I tell you what. I mean, I suspect Gonzo will bring it up on the We'll bring it up potentially on the review. Paquetá does well. Almost managed to find Kudus through. I'm sure Gonzo will talk about it on the review. That's happening straight after this. And then myself and Gio are going to be live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on the channel, doing our day after live stream thing. Obviously, it'll be available on the channel after the live stream's over. And I suspect that will be topic number 1 on the list, Richard. On the list. I think my thoughts at this point, I mean, don't get me wrong, at this point, I'm overjoyed that we're beating Manchester United 2-0 at home and we're going to finish the game 6th and everything else. Oh, Paquetá charging after the ball, doing brilliantly there. And then wins a free kick. Good work, Lucas. What a man. What a man. What a very easy to foul man. I'm disappointed that we dropped. Listen, we've done well here. It's made sense. It's worked out, I assume, in the way that the club and David Moyes would want it to. Me personally, I wish we went full force for the League Cup because it was such a good opportunity to get a trophy and to get into Europe again next year, guaranteed if we won it. And the way we went out was just utterly just horrendous. Yeah, but I mean, I'm ecstatic with this game individually right now. Steve, I'm flipping out. The super chat's going well. Merry Christmas to Hammers Chat team. Stevie, thank you very much, bro. Massively appreciate it. And then Dave, of course, as well. Thanks for all the hard work, all year HC crew. Merry Xmas. Thank you, Dave, as well. Like I said, too many, my friend. Too many. But thank you, guys. I'll put your names in the thing right now. Super chat's going absolutely wild right now. Stevie, wonderful. And then we'll put Dave's in this one. Ward-Prowse wide on the left-hand side, who stayed on amazingly. Love that. We're getting ways every pass at this point, and then Emerson goes down, wins a free kick right by the corner to large cheers. You love to see it. The vibe and the vibe and the atmosphere inside the stadium is much different now. Tell you what we'll do actually. So let's do that. 6 minutes of additional time, I think he just said. So yeah, minimum of 6 minutes. There we go. Dave, Stevie, both your names up there now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 6 minutes of additional time. It's going to be a free kick. It's sort of a corner, really. It's in the corner quadrant, in swinging position for James Ward-Prowse, but he can't put it in that exact same area he always does this time. Whips into a dangerous area. Kurt Zoom was there, couldn't quite get his head onto it. Pablo Fornals picks it up at the back post. Finds Soufal on the overlap. The ball rim's not bad, but McTominay headers it wide. We maintain possession of the ball, working it around. Come on. 5 more minutes. Thomas Souček going diving in, trying to stop that one. Added Edson, just a little bit overstretched for both of them, and Manchester United play through the middle of it. Forward comes Bruno Fernandes wide on the left-hand side, lays it short for Reguilon to dink. Soufal gets his head onto it. McTominay's shot is awkward, but Rashford's there. Hit from Pellistri, doesn't quite work out. Reguilon once again on the ball, dinks it back across, thankfully over the top of everyone. And James Ward-Prowse has the time to play it out, and the offside is eventually called. Feeling next strong, you love to see it. You love to see it. Alex, good to see you, bro. I was watching, literally before this match, before Gonzo started the build-up show, and I had to start working and typing things. I was watching the 60th anniversary special that Alex has on his channel. That's not Alex, that's Mark saying Moyes out. Although fair play. No offense. On the Timeless podcast, go check it out if you haven't already. No oversized glass, although mentions of being drunk, but no oversized glass, which, you know, he can take or leave. But I'm looking forward to going back and listening to the rest of it. Hope you're well, bro. We can keep a clean sheet here now. This would be beautiful. This would be absolutely beautiful. So with 3.5 minutes to go, we're 2-0 up. I think it's time to ask for a man of the match. Ben Johnson's coming on. He's coming on from Mohamed Kudus. We're going defensive. We're looking for that. We're looking for that clean sheet. But Ben Johnson's getting a game. Go on, Ben. Mohamed Kudus is coming off. What a good display from him. He struggled up against Luke Shaw. There were times where he did really well. There were times where he struggled. But again, just those shifting positions and getting the goal. Beautiful player. What a player we have on our hands with him. He gets substituted off. But yeah, lob your man of the match in the chat right now. Lob your man of the match in the chat right now. And whoever gets the most as I read them out will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. Science is not your god here. This is a vibes-based economy. And whoever gets the most as I read them out. Ben Johnson going for a back heel flick on. Yes, Ben Johnson. Let's go. I agree. I thought he played well. I thought he played well after the Liverpool game. I do. Hope you good. I'm alright. I had a hiccup spell for a while there, but it's fine. It's down. It's gone now. We are. I don't know what time. But me and Gia will be doing our annual little Christmas Day live stream. Like I said, I'm not sure what time yet. We'll see. But we'll definitely be doing it. That's going to be a free kick. It was maybe harsh, but you know, it's what it is. Let's have a look at some of these man of matches, shall we? Man United have got a free kick in a relatively dangerous area 2 minutes before stoppage time. Probably not time to be looking at them, but we'll do it anyway. Where are we at? So Paquetá, but Zuma also been outstanding. Yeah, some of those tackles he's been doing have been very good, to be fair. Some of those last ditch tackles. Paquetá. Paquetá, Kudus. Ericsson to take the free kick, whips it in towards the back post, and Soufal just a flying header to try and get it away. Ben Johnson, I tell you what, he manages to keep that one from going out for a corner. You love to see it. Kudus getting a shout. Paquetá, Bowen, Souček, Ben Johnson. Yes! Bowen, I love Ben Johnson. I just want him to succeed. I just want a West Ham youth player to succeed. You know, whether he's good enough or not is a different question. I just want him to succeed. Bowen, Paquetá, Kudus. Moyes is baby Jesus, says Stephen. But it's very clearly Paquetá. Congratulations to Lucas Paquetá on winning the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. I mean, you're looking at it. Paquetá. There's so many. Wally with the $5. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to do Christmas super chats. What fun. There has been a hell of a lot of them. Thank you, Wally. It's very kind of you. Like I say, any super chats help the channel out massively. Not just me or not just whoever's on the screen at that moment. It helps us all out and it helps us being able to do what we do. So thank you so much to everyone who's done it. And Wally, Wadgy, hope you're well. My liege. My king. King of Prussia himself. Ben Johnson gets the ball there. Is he playing at left? Is he playing it basically at right wing? It feels like he is. Paquetá getting involved with him, just holding the ball up in that corner, and both of them tag teaming to stop Man United being able to do anything. And we win a throw. You love to see it. I doubt it, but the fact he's come on here is very interesting to me. And he's come on a right wing position, which is even more interesting to me. But there we go. Final whistle is going to go any minute now. The Champions match, chat man, yeah, exactly that. That's what I said, no? That's what I said. Full-time whistle's about to go. Johnny Evans striding forwards. And there it is. West Ham United 2. Manchester United 0. West Ham go 6th in the Premier League. And a big result after what was, for the vast majority of the game, an incredibly boring affair. Moving Lucas Paquetá up front changed the game. Him pulling the strings, winning the Hams Chat Man of the Match award, getting assists for Bowen and Kudus in very quick succession, 6 minutes in between them. You love to see it. West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. Big result. Arthur, thank you very much for the £10. Thank you. Everyone who's said it, thank you very much. As I go and get the link, for the live match review, which I forgot to publish at halftime, which will be live in a few moments' time. I would like to thank you all for watching. We have, of course, it's been an up and down game, but we've managed to get the win, and we can go into Christmas now with a little bit more of a vibe. With just that little bit more of the vibe. The live review is on there now. I have published it. I completely forgot halftime. And I will spam the link in chat for you right now. Although if you stick around, I believe when the stream ends, it will go, it will just flick you over onto that anyway. But there you go. There is the live match review. Click on that. Go join Gonzo, who'll be live in a few moments' time, talking about West Ham's big 2-1 win. Thank you all for watching. Of course, we have the Christmas break now. Whatever you're doing, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, whatever you end up doing, be it for your family, by yourself, whatever you do, I hope you have a lovely time. Hope you have a lovely break from work if you get it off. Hope you have a good vibe. Remember, myself and Gio will be live on Christmas Day. If you are around to watch stuff, then check out me and Gio. We'll be just, I don't know, you know what we'll be doing. Just a Christmas Day stream. But there we go. West Ham United 2-0. 6th in the league. Crazy. Dylan, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everyone, for the $5 Australian right at the end. Alongside, thank you to Arthur, to Wally World, to Acid D, Punch Drop Gamer, to Dave, to Stevie Wonderful, to Susan Riaz, to Hughes 004, to Fluffy Python's Back, to Schizo, to Tom, to Just Matt, to GP. Thank you very much to all of you. It helps out the channel massively, as I always say. Not just me, not just Gio, not just Gonzo, not even just the people who work in the background on designs like Rebecca. It helps us all out. Jack, who does Hamalytics and everything. It's massively appreciated. But yeah, whatever you're doing, enjoy yourselves. I'll be back for the Arsenal game on the 28th. And of course, me and Gio will also be live at 9 a.m. tomorrow. But before then, go over to this link. Head on over to the live match review with Gonzo in just a few moments' time. West Ham United 2, Manchester United 0. Come on, you irons. Boys successfully deployed in the end. And Merry Christmas. Cheers, everyone. Speak to you later. Bye. Bye.